Let me mute my phone. That just made noise. And we are live. So, welcome everybody to our open mic night here at Carnivore Talk here on Monday evening. We look forward to having some great association with all of you in the chat and on screen. And somebody's got...
That was me.
Okay. All right. I was going to say, somebody's got another tab open because I could hear the echo. All right. Very good. So if you'd like to join us on screen along with Jeff, Paul, and Amy right now, there's a link that is pinned at the top of the chat. I'm still hearing some echo. Does Paul or Amy have a window open?
No, I muted my mic.
I'm checking.
Anybody else hear that? All right.
That sounds good.
Okay. Oh, there's the echo again.
I muted as a test, so
okay.
That wasn't me.
All right, I'll figure it out. All right, so we're going to troubleshoot that first. But anyway, there's the link. I posted it over there in the chat. You can click that link and you can join us. And we can listen to you echo just like you're listening to me echo right now. So I'm gonna start muting people, right? I'm gonna start by muting Jeff, and we'll give this a few seconds here.
Huh.
Now I'm gonna mute Paul, and we'll test that. Okay. Now, so everybody's muted but me. It is me. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me unmute everybody. Okay. It was me after all. So I just realized I had YouTube open in another tab. So, all right. Okay. All right. So now that we got that solved, welcome everybody. And it's good to see everyone. And
yes.
Our topic tonight is going to be similar to one that we had a couple weeks ago. We'll talk about how to survive the holidays on a carnivore diet. And we should know this by now. And my question for those of you that might be listening and participating in the chat is, are you expecting to have temptations or troubles over the next week with your family get-togethers or whatnot? Or are you feeling pretty confident that you're going to be able to stay the course and not cheat? So I'm just curious. And if you have every intent of cheating, that's fine too. Go ahead and tell us that. No shame. You know, it depends on who you are and what that kind of activity might do to you and how quick you can recover and get back on the carnivore train. So I'm just curious what you expect to encounter in the next few days, and if you plan on participating in those festivities by cheating, or if you plan on staying the course. So let me know in the comments. Before we go to the comments, we'll say hi to everybody on the screen, and we'll go ahead and start with Jeff today, our positive deviant. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Man, the weather's great down here right now. We're getting up in the 70s every day. Christmas is supposed to be in the 70s, getting down in the 40s at night. So weather's been fantastic. Been able to get a lot of work done outside. As far as our topic tonight, there will be no temptations for me. There will be plenty of sweets and standard American diet foods and junk, and none of it is a temptation for me. I'm so solid in this. I've been, let's see, hang on, let me get to it real quick. I've been carnivore for 900 958 days now. So I am so locked into this. It's ridiculous. You know, I was talking to my son-in-law earlier. We were talking about this because he's gone carnivore. He got a scare, and he thought he was having some heart issues, and turned out everything's good. It's looking like he's got an ulcer. But so he's gone animal based, almost. He's probably 90% carnivore.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were talking about that today. And I was telling him that I'm to the point in this that it doesn't matter what's going to be on the dinner table. If it's not meat, then it's not food to me. That's just how I see it now. And everything else is just non-food. It's no different than, you know, if there was a pine cone sitting on the table, it doesn't resemble food to me anymore. You know, once those cravings are gone, it's one of the most freeing things. People talk about how restrictive this diet is. It's not restrictive. It's freeing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally free of those addictions. So everything's going great at this end, and it will continue going great, you know, the good Lord willing.
All right, great. You said your son is mostly carnivore, animal based now. Is this the same son that introduced you to the carnivore diet?
No, that's my son-in-law.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, my son-in-law, he's tried it off and on, but you know, he can't get rid of the Cokes, and you know, he likes the sweets and everything. But he had an issue, and he thought it was his heart, and it scared him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in the emergency room. Then it just made him think that, hey, maybe I need to start taking better care of myself. So he hasn't had a Coke or soda water in over 2 weeks now, and he's sworn off of them. He's cleaning up his act. And I'm happy for him. His blood pressure has come down in 2 weeks. The pain he's got hasn't gone away yet. He's kind of concerned about that, but I'm like, dude, give it time. Give it time.
Yeah. On with that in mind, so I am now, you mentioned Cokes, and everybody knows that because I was readily admitted that I was still a, you know, artificially sweetened soda drinker, Diet Mountain Dew. You know, I'd never given any of those things up, but I am actually now probably, if I'm not at 3 weeks, I'm going on 3 weeks now of zero soda. So of course, I'm drinking carbonated water to get my fizzies a couple times a day. But outside of that, I'm carbonated water, regular water, and then tea. So I've managed to kick my soda habit 3 weeks now, and that's pretty impressive because I've had a soda habit since I was single digit age. So
Cool.
really happy about that. And my blood pressure has likewise come down because that was the theory, was that I needed to get rid of the caffeine and I needed to stop drinking so much because my kidneys can't keep up.
So what tea do you drink?
So just a variety of teas. I got a variety of green teas. I've got a variety of black teas. So I'll just steep it in water for 5 minutes and just drink it. I'll put it in a thermos, take it with me, and nurse it all morning before lunchtime.
There's no caffeine there?
Yeah. So I didn't.
I don't know. I just asked you.
It is the black tea has caffeine. Yes, the black tea has caffeine. Once I run out of it, I'll probably look into getting a caffeine-free black tea if such a thing exists. But there was the quantity of caffeine I was consuming, so I don't mind a cup of tea in the morning. But I was drinking these. I made my own soda at home, so I had these Drink Mate bottles that would hold 28 ounces of fluid, and I had this big thermos, 40-ounce thermos. So outside at work throughout the day, I'd fill that thermos twice sometimes with Diet Mountain Dew. And then when I would come home, I'd make 3 of my drink mate canisters of Diet Mountain Dew throughout the evening. And my blood pressure was hypertensive crisis. And then after thinking it through and doing some research, I figured that's a lot of caffeine to be drinking and just a lot of volume and liquid for someone with stage 4, stage 5 chronic kidney disease. So by switching to water, I don't drink as much and I'm not getting so much caffeine, and my blood pressure has gone down from 175 to 180 over 110, 115. Now I'm down to like 147 over 95. So it's been a big improvement. So I'm happy for that. And
Congrats.
And then, of course, I see improvements, and then why would I go back? Why would I go back? If I can go 3 weeks, I can go 3 months, I can go 3 years, I can go 3 decades. So
correct attitude.
Yep. So
Yep.
I'm done. I'm done with soda.
That's a good thought.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do it for 15 minutes, you can do it for 30. If you can do it for 30, you can do it for 60. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Build on it.
Yeah. So Paul, how's your week been?
I'm packing up the car to go see the grandkids. I cooked 2 dozen hard-boiled eggs and made them, made the deviled eggs out of them. All packed in their containers, and I got 4 dozen eggs going with me. I got 10 pounds of prime rib going with me. I got crock pot going with me. I got it's basically a regular cheesecake, but it's a little on the lemony side. And I got frozen blueberries to go over the top of it with whipped cream.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of pack my own food.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter's hosting her husband's family. So there'll be nearly 30 people there. She only makes like 1 special cookie. And I just have to avoid those things, and not a big deal because I got cheesecake,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm pretty well prepared, and then she's a carb disappearing person. She like when dinner's over with and the desserts have been taken down, you'd be hard pressed to find where she put that cake or cookies or wherever in the kitchen anyplace. So she tries to limit her kids' carb intake, and she's notorious she bought all their Halloween candy, and it cost her $200 this year, but she bought all their candy. And of course, they don't get the money; it just goes in their account, and they have spending rules that they have to follow. So they could essentially,
she's teaching
they
them
can
business.
essentially spend 25. They can spend 25% of that money.
Yeah,
and the rest is long-term savings and special things. And my oldest granddaughter, she'll be 9 on New Year's Day. She's saving for a special computer to do artwork on.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to illustrate her own stories, and she's kind of inspired by her. My son married a artist, and she's got 3 books now published. She's the illustrator to 3 different books.
Nice.
And I'm well prepared, and I don't anticipate any problems whatsoever. I've just come too far. I ain't going backwards, and I'm hoping 2026 is going to be a great year. And,
of course it will be. We'll make it. We'll make it so.
You snap your fingers to the beat and you repeat. It's going to be right. It's going to be right. It's going to be right.
So you're back. So you've got a plan. I see you're bringing food with you.
Yeah.
And that includes some cheesecakes. Now those are carnivore or keto cheesecakes, right?
Very
And then
carnivore.
yeah, and then so the quote unquote worst, I don't even want to call it, not like as a bad thing, that you're really deviating is just a few blueberries on top of that, and other than that you're good, right? Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
be
and
fine.
we're talking 10 blueberries per piece of cheese for a big piece of cheesecake.
Yeah,
If
you'll be
that,
fine.
I don't really need. It's kind of blueberries pair with lemon really well, and my grandkids like to tease. They kind of like to tease me. Well,
Mhm.
let's eat like Grandpa's eating. We'll eat no carbs today. They think they're funny.
If they want to imitate Grandpa, hey, that's fine. Learn.
You know, we
Some. Yeah.
we have a carnivore breakfast
Mhm.
every every time I go there. We have a carnivore breakfast, and my grandson, he's the oldest. He's 11. When he turned 5, I gave him a waffle maker,
Mhm.
a really nice one. Okay, and on the streets of Philly, they lived in Philadelphia at the time. And he'd be walking down the street, and you'd be walking down the street, and he'd walk up to you and introduce himself and shake your hand. And so I got a waffle maker for my birthday. Would you like to come over to my house and share waffles with me? So we're going to make those cheese eggy kind of things and see how that goes. So it's kind of an experiment. I've never even made them before.
Chaffles.
Yep.
Shuffles, yeah.
Chopples, yeah. No, they're good. They'll be fun. I need to eat them more often, but I don't like cleaning up the waffle maker afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Look, Amy looks like she's no longer busy at the moment,
here.
so she has.
Oh,
looks like-
yes.
yeah,
Sort of.
we can see you
So-
working.
I'm
So
the
how are
one
you?
who's probably going to need the most prayer here because I host about 30 people next Saturday who all of which eat sad food.
Mhm.
And I'm currently baking right now. Now, this is not carnivore, but it's not sad. It's keto. These are keto treats. This is keto fudge
Yep.
made out of the keto chow protein powder, whatever.
Yeah,
These
it's a good product, by the way.
these are a staple in our family. These are cinnamon sugar nuts. I'm
Mhm.
using allulose. Hold on, I got to pull the other pan out of the oven so they don't burn. But my dad asked for these.
Mhm.
I don't even think they know they're keto, although they probably can guess because I no longer bake. Sad desserts. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm going to try my best not to eat these because I really don't want to eat any nuts, right? Because I think I'm oxalate dumping.
Mhm.
So big time. So 3 days after Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure I got shingles for the 4th time. And the reason why I know it's shingles because I was diagnosed 3 times with it. And
Mhm.
it's always in my shoulder. Now I have a rash. It started on my knuckles and my hand.
Mhm.
And it's spreading down my hand. I didn't go to the doctor because my shoulder's better. I don't know if I have shingles in 2 places or if this is something else. But I suspect I'm now 160, 8 days on carnivore, whatever July 6th was. I've been pretty strict carnivore. So I'm not freaking out about any of this. I'm not happy that I'm now at 175 pounds when I was 148, but I mean, it's got to stop eventually, right? I'm not going to gain 100 pounds on. Someone tell me I'm not going to gain 100 pounds back on carnivore. I think it's impossible. It's got to be impossible, right? You can't gain 100 pounds on carnivore, right? So, I mean, 25, 30 pounds, whatever.
Right. Well, you did say you had an insatiable appetite at one point. So
Yes.
Yeah.
What's weird about that is a couple days ago, I forget what I was doing, but I could not eat until like 2 or 3 p.m., right? I was too busy. I just couldn't even get a meal in. And I ate my meal and I thought, man, I'm going to be hungry at 9 o'clock tonight because I only ate one meal. Guess what? I wasn't hungry. I wasn't hungry. So I was hungry up until 2 or 3 when I could eat, but then I wasn't hungry after that. And then yesterday, I 2 meals and I ate the other day I only ate a half a ribeye. I couldn't even finish the ribeye. I'm like, wait a second, this is not normal for me. Like, why can't I just wolf down the steak and still be hungry? So I ate half of the ribeye and then I ate the other half yesterday, and then I had this live stream where I live streamed with Rick, and I made his heart attack burger, which is basically 4 half-pound burgers stacked with cheese and bacon in between them. And everyone was like, "Do it! Just eat the whole thing. You say you can eat." And I'm like, I couldn't eat last night. Like, I took a bite out of it, but that was about it. I couldn't even, try to eat that thing. So maybe something's changing. Maybe I was like in a refeed period, and now things are starting to calm down a bit. I don't know.
It could
But
be. We'll see if that trend continues, where now you're not, instead of having insatiable hunger, now you're feeling not hungry. Like, and that's usually what happens to a lot of us after we've become fat adapted.
Yeah.
We could go, we could go all day without food and not even realize, oh my gosh, I didn't have anything today, because we don't get those hunger cravings anymore.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe you're reaching that point of complete fat adaptation, and that'll be, and then you might start seeing a reversal of what you've been
I hope
experiencing so
so.
far. Yeah.
That's what I hope. Yeah. And honestly, you know what? I had to go out and buy a new pair of jeans today, like a bigger size,
Mhm.
because I've gained that much weight. But I'm like, you know what? I'm feeling better. Isn't that more important than the pant size? And it's not like, I mean, it's more of a mental thing for me because, I got down so thin and I felt really good at that weight, but I'm feeling really good at this weight too.
How tall are you?
I am 5'9". I used to be 5'11", but I've shrunk a couple inches. I'm 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
My lowest was 148 pounds, and I'm now at 175.
Okay, yeah. I mean, for 5'9", that doesn't sound that bad, actually. So
It's not. I mean, you wouldn't look at me and say, "Oh my gosh,"
Mhm.
like she shouldn't eat carnivore because she's, pudgy or what. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like that. I don't know. I mean, I'm still gaining, but I'm trusting the process. I don't think I'm going to gain 100 pounds. I've heard other women. There's Kelly Hogan. There's Bella, Steak and Butter Girl. There's another lady I forget her name. She also put on 25 pounds,
Mhm.
and she's never lost it. But she's like, the benefits outweigh the size, is what she says.
Mhm.
So I've heard there's several people in the space, and I lost all my weight before I went to carnivore.
Yeah.
So I think maybe I wasn't eating enough. I was doing the protein sparing modified fasting, which was basically lean carnivore 3 days a week with no carbs but no fat either.
Mhm.
So I think my body was just like, I think my metabolism had slowed down so much it didn't know what to do with it. And now I'm like in a refeeding period, and now I'm trying to speed my metabolism back up, I think is what's happening.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So then all these things you're baking, these keto desserts, you're going to abstain from all of them, right?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I'm
Try,
definitely
just
not.
do.
Yeah,
I'm
there is
gonna
no try, just
definitely.
do.
I'm not having these.
Right.
The reason is because I think the oxalates in the nuts. I don't have almonds there, but I just think that there's been some stuff happening with me with the shingles and then this rash on my hand. I mean, like I said, I don't think anything else is going on other than I'm dumping. I'm
Mhm.
doing some dumping. I'm not running to I don't even have a doctor. My doctor quit on me. This is the third doctor in like 2 years that I've gone through. And so a girl that I turned on to keto, her and her husband, who he had heart problems, like he had a heart problem scare as well. He I posted on Facebook, I'm like, well, I need a doctor. Anybody have suggestions? And they came out and they said, go to this doctor. And I'm like, if they're going to him, he is definitely on the bandwagon. So I've got one lined up for February. I'm going to go see, and I'm going to interview him.
Mhm.
I'm interviewing him to see if I like him. I'm kind of a tough cookie when it comes to that. If he doesn't
Have you
pass the
had the
test, I'll find
shingles?
somebody else.
Have you had the shingles vaccine?
Nope. And the reason is the first time I got shingles, I was 35 years old. Do you think that you qualify for a shingles vaccine I don't even qualify for one now. I'm not 50 yet. So I'd have to, and here's the other thing. I'm going to say this very delicately, but the last time I got something in my arm in 2020, I damn near died. Sorry, I almost died. I'll try not to swear. I almost died, but I'm very passionate about it. And a lot of people don't believe me when I say that, but
It happened to me too.
you better hope I never step on a rusty nail,
Mhm.
because I don't think I'll even ever get a tetanus shot if I have one, if I need one. Because the tetanus shot almost killed my brother.
Mhm.
Because they don't just give you a tetanus shot anymore. It's tetanus, diphtheria, and whooping cough. He had an accident at work, went and got that shot, where he sliced open his leg. Within 24 hours, his lungs had filled up with fluid, same as what happened to me. And they had to pierce his lung and drain out 700 cc's of fluid out of his lung. I thought I saw him crash. I was in the room with him, and I'm like, I'm never getting that shot either. Sorry if I'm like being a tinfoil hat person
No,
here,
no,
but
that's okay. So like, I'll say this, like, I get vaccines. I have zero issues with them. Okay. So I don't have a problem with taking vaccines. I know people in real life, friends of mine who are dear to me, who have had adverse reactions to the same vaccines. So it's very individualistic, you know. So those who are, and if you know someone who's had adverse reactions, and you're close to them, then of course, wow, you would be skeptical, you know. So you know, whatever your view is on it, that's your view. However your body reacts to it is your body,
mhm.
you know. So you know, that's just fine. So
I'm 100% against vaccines that are not proven and tested, thoroughly tested. I'm not anti-vax. I'm anti-vaccines that have never been tested.
mm-hmm.
And that was the issue back then.
Yep.
Now I can relate to tetanus. Now, when we were younger, they always gave the DPT shot. That was one you were just talking about. That's how we always got tetanus. Yep. And I always reacted, but I never acted severely because the tetanus was so small. The first time I had a full strength tetanus shot, it almost killed me. I'm allergic to tetanus shots. It's not the tetanus, it's what the vaccine is made of I'm allergic to.
Yes.
I can't take animal serums. And tetanus is made from animals.
Yeah.
And so I can't take any animal serums. And back when I used to work rattlesnakes and rattlesnake pits at the rattlesnake roundups here, I had to tell people that I was working with, if I get hit and I pass out, if I get envenomated and I pass out, do not let them give me a anti-venom shot, because it's made the same way tetanus shots are made. It's made from horse serum, and it'll kill me. I will survive the snake bite. I will not survive the snake venom shot. So, I can definitely relate to that. But in my case, it's an allergy deal. But no, I'm with you. If it hasn't been, I'm not against vaccines that are long-standing, tested. You know, we've been getting for generations. But yeah, if they're not fully tested and proven, keep them away from me.
I'm not either. I'm not against them either. I mean, and I think that's everybody's personal choice. But here, the other thing with me is I think mine's an allergy too, because every time I get started on a new medication, it seems like 4 out of 5 medications I have adverse reactions to. So and the other thing I'm finding on Carnivore too, and you'll find this interesting, I think that there's some things in meat that I'm allergic to. I don't think it's the meat itself. I think it's whatever they're prepping it with. And I think if you go get a tube of hamburger at Walmart, they're putting stuff in that meat. That stuff isn't just pure beef. I don't know what they're putting in it to keep it fresher longer, but I've noticed on some days, and I really need to start writing down every day what I eat and if I have any swelling and what meat product I'm eating, because I'm only eating meat and eggs, right, and butter.
Could it be a histamine intolerance?
Maybe. I mean, I found out when I cut gluten out, like 80% of my issues cleared up just from that. And if I eat anything, like if I don't even know, if someone seasons a meat with any kind of seasoning with gluten in it, within 4 days, I cannot walk up and down my stairs, and that lasts for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
You know,
I already know I'm
yeah.
sensitive to a lot of things.
you know, I have trouble with any medication. It seems, you know, if there's going to be a side effect, I'm going to get it. But they convinced me to take that pneumonia vaccine, and if I'd had a gun in my house that night, I would have shot myself. The pain, I was just minutes away from calling the ambulance. I was in so much pain, and I had another. In order to keep my job, I had to take another vaccine, and I have a reaction in my arm at the site where I get the injection. And it doesn't seem to matter what it is, so I'm just kind of. Now they do say that perhaps tetanus. There's a lot of indications that tetanus. Once you get one tetanus shot, you might have lifetime immunity, or your immunity may go for tens and tens of years. There's a lot of evidence for that.
I don't think I've ever had a tetanus shot. So, but
Unless
like,
you're around horses, is it true that if you're not around horses, you don't need it?
I don't know. So I just, step on a rusty nail. I've stepped on rusty nails before, and I mean, but
Angela
I have
Mullins-
to have it on there. So
Yeah, Angela Mullins, who's a coach in one of the coaching classes, said, when you step on a nail or the tetanus comes from like animals, she said, like
It's a bacterial
in the poop.
infection.
In the poop. And she said if you like
Yeah.
they started doing it because people were working on farms, right? And then they would get hit with the barbed wire or something like that, and then the bacteria from the animals in the fields would get on the metal, and that's when they started doing the tetanus shots. This I'm just repeating what someone else told me. I don't know this myself. I haven't researched it. But if you cut yourself with a clean metal, like something that's clean that isn't around animals, she said you're not going to get tetanus. So I would be interested in learning more about that. I haven't had time to research it, but that's just what I've been hearing. That's just what I heard.
I think there's a little something to that, but now, like in my case, I'm around animals all the time. I got, cattle, goats, sheep, horses. Well, I don't have any sheep right now, or cattle, but I will have in the near future again. And I'm constantly cutting myself open on barbed wire. I was working on fence today, closing in my barn. I'm constantly around animals, and I'm going to hurt myself. It's my nature. My daddy said that I was just an accident going someplace to happen, and truer words were never said. I remember I had carpal tunnel real bad from my job, and I'd let it go too long. And when they were testing me, giving me the nerve test, they had all the electrodes hooked up to me. The gal that hooked up my right hand, and she was hooking up my left, and she got to looking at my left hand, and she's looking at it, and she's turning it over and just staring at it, and she's like, "My God, what have you done to this poor hand?" Because all the scars on that hand. And I said, "Well, you see, I'm a mechanic, and so this hand holds the tool, this hand holds the object. If the tool slips, the object hand gets it. Nothing I can do about it. I've drilled my hand. I've impaled myself on T-posts. You name it, I've done it. I've cut the end of a finger off. You just about name it. I've just about done it. I drilled this finger so big that I actually severed the finger. It was 9/32 K drill. 9/32 K drill is about that big. And I had to have microsurgery and everything to put the finger back together again. And I had a 358 reamer shatter and go through the palm of my hand. And yet through all this, I've never gotten tetanus. When I was younger, I had the DPT shots, but every time I've gotten a tetanus since then, I've had to have anti-reaction shots, because they knocked me down and put me in the hospital. Every time they think there's one I can take, oh, well, this is duck embryo, you can take that, no, that one just about killed me too. In fact, that got that doctor fired for even suggesting to experiment on me. And So I wouldn't be surprised if there's truth to that. Maybe I've just been dodging the bullet all these years, but yeah, I can see where that could be. There could be some truth to that, Amy.
Yeah, and one of the things they point to is if you're the military or our military, tetanus shot is standard issue.
Yeah, it is.
And
Except for me, when we were getting ours, we had to go. They were getting them. Remember the guns? They hit you with those guns. We had to go into this building, and they said, they're going to be lined up on either side, and they're going to be hitting you on both arms. And they told us, this is, if you're allergic, are you allergic to anything? I said, yeah, I'm allergic to tetanus shots. And my DI says, make sure to announce that the moment you go through that door, because that's your first shot, is your tetanus shot. And I walked in there and said, I'm allergic to, and I had to duck because that guy went for my arm that quick. And he just barely missed giving me that shot. I didn't even get it.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. All right. So I'm going to jump over here and look at some comments. I've been starring them here. And going back to our topic about, do you plan on cheating a little bit or staying true to your dietary lifestyle through the holiday? We have Brian Dish says, no problem. He's going to stay the course. Carnivore Jerry says, nope, I will not rat, therefore no cheat. And she says, I will not eat. That's what she meant. I will not rat. She corrected herself.
Who's she narking out?
All right. She corrected herself. I will not eat. Therefore, no cheat. All right. I get it. Yeah. Jerry, are you the one who's fasting for 40 days? If I recall, I believe that's you.
Yes, she is.
Yeah.
That's her.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. So she's on a 40-day fast, and
Impressive.
Very impressive. Very good. And does this annually. So this isn't the first rodeo for her either. So
It's
you go, Jerry.
15 years. 15 years she's been doing it.
All right. Bacon Runner says, I'm eating with the same people I ate with at Thanksgiving. I didn't go off plan then and don't expect to go off plan on Christmas.
Good for you.
And Thomas says, I don't plan on going off plan. And he continues, if they don't have enough meat where I'm going, I will have eaten enough just before, just in case. So, and that's actually one of our highly recommended tips when it comes to surviving the holidays is before you go to a family function, eat something. That way you don't show up starving, and then when you see all those temptations, if they still tempt you at this point in your journey, and then you give in to them. So one of the keys to staying strong is to don't go in weak. And you can do that by eating ahead of time. So that's a good plan, Tom. Thanks for suggesting that. Lexus says, hi, guys. I just ate some carnivore tacos and burgers, and now I feel amazing. Love this way of eating. All right. Very good. Yeah, carnivore tacos are pretty easy to make, so I really enjoy them too. All right, and this is where I left off on the other here. And
it's funny she says fizzies, and you said fizzies. You get your fizzies earlier.
Yeah.
Y'all have got to be old enough. I know Paul's as old as I am. You're close to it. Do you remember the fizzy tablets? You remember those? Root beer was my favorite. You could take a glass of water and you could drop this tablet in there. It looked like an Alka-Seltzer tablet, and it would fizz up, and it would turn your water into whatever drink you wanted. And like I said, root beer was my favorite. They were called fizzies.
Yeah, that made me think of Alka-Seltzer when you described it.
Yeah, that's exactly what they look like, except they do the color of whatever it was you want.
Chemically, in the chemical world, commercial chemicals, that's a perborate. That was my first job out of college. I worked in a perborate plant. and it's the active ingredient in Alka-Seltzer and Efferdent.
Yeah, I
It,
used to love them things.
Yeah.
No telling what kind of chemicals I was putting in my body as a child.
it, yeah.
All right, here's a couple more comments, and then we'll say hi to our new on-screen guest here. So Steadfast 2426 says black teas are the highest in oxalates, so keep that in mind. Yeah, so I've heard that either the black or the green. I'm not sure. I know people will say about the teas being in oxalates. I have zero concern, though. Me personally, I'm not oxalate sensitive, and prior to Carnivore, you might as well just hooked it up a bag of IV oxalates and put it right in my veins, because the way I was eating was spinach, almonds, coffees, teas. I mean, like I was an oxalate recycling machine. Probably is the cause of half my health problems. So the little trace oxalates I get today, I'm not even concerned about. So, but you're right. There's oxalates in teas, and if you're trying to cut them out or cut them down, then that might be something you might want to eliminate. So you're very correct there. Pharaoh Grandma says, y'all are carnivores so hard yesterday. And I was going to ask her what she meant. Someone did in the chat, and she replied, mother-in-law's local grocery store had prime rib on sale, and I made a big one. We all filled up good. The others had some potatoes and rolls with it. Then Loki and I stopped and got one to bring home. So, okay, very good. Filled up on prime rib. And then Lexus asks, Amy, what type of ground beef do you eat? If you get the 73-27 ground beef, you won't need to add extra fat because it's a 2-to-1 ratio. So, and I think that's Amy on screen.
Yeah, my answer to that is I get whatever's on sale.
Yeah.
A lot of times what's on sale is the higher fat beef anyway. So,
right.
Like, and I usually go to Gordon's Food Service because sometimes you can get it on sale for like $3.99 a pound, and they have these big tubes, like the 10-pound tubes or whatever. And I look for the sales because not my husband's retiring in a few months, and we're good, but we're not like multi-millionaire good. So I mean, it's prudent to sometimes look for the sales, but that's usually what I get is whatever is on sale that week.
Yeah, and I get usually at Sam's Club I get 85-15, and that's a little leaner than I would prefer, but I like it because it's individually packaged. 80-20 is ideal. That's your 1-to-1 fat ratio, by the way. As long as you don't drain your fat, you got to make sure you slurp it up.
I do drain some of my fat just because. Well,
if you're after that ratio, that's what I'm saying. You got to
you
drain the fat, and then you're no longer at that 1-to-1 ratio. So, and Lexus is right.
But then I'll throw butter on it.
What's that?
I don't like the burger grease in my burger, but then I throw butter on it because I like butter.
That's good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Most of
I think it depends a lot on the
I eat butter with mine. If I don't excuse me, if I don't capture the fat where I can pour it back over the burger, I'll eat it with butter because most of it drains off. And I have my burger custom made, and I have it custom made to 70-30. That's what I prefer. And but still, I try to capture the grease as much as I can. I made 2 3-pound meatloafs yesterday. I smoked 2 3-pound meatloafs yesterday, and they're bacon wrapped in its own recipe, and they're not 100% carnivore. They're closer to carnivore than they are keto, but they're more of a keto. But I place a pan under them on the smoker to catch the fat coming off of it. And I also smoked a leg of lamb yesterday along with these. And so this evening, before we came on here, I had some of the lamb, but I took some of the grease from the drippings on the meatloaf and poured that over the lamb. And yes, it was amazing.
All right, very nice. Okay, so let's hide that current comment. And Kelly, you're broken carnivore today.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be there for a little while. I'm gonna kind of put the other channel on hold until I get this recovered. Probably by next spring, summer, I'll probably get back onto that one. I'm gonna have to have a hip replacement surgery. My right hip is shot.
Mm-hmm.
I have what they call a vascular necrosis, which is a severe degenerative to the hip, and the MRI last Monday did not look good.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the orthopedic surgeon on the 19th or the 13th of January, and then hopefully we'll go from there.
Good luck with
Okay.
that.
Good luck. Yeah.
Yeah. I hope
I've
that
got
goes
my
well.
left hip is a replacement. I had a total replacement back in 2000, and here it is, 25 years later, and I'm still going good.
They
Yeah,
say
it's
that Carnivore is good for the joint replacements.
like I don't have any kind of pain, they checked for like any inflammation, effusion. There is effusion on the right hip, but like they checked the other one, there was mild degenerative on the left hip, but it doesn't affect me. I know Carnivore didn't heal that part of it. I know that the degenerative was caused by probably a past injury from a couple falls, and I used to be a heavy chew. I used to chew like 2.5 years. I picked up that habit of chewing like Copenhagen or Skull, that kind of stuff. And that nicotine, that's where I got a lot of my damage from, where I had developed high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, and all that at the age of 40. And after I found out that what nicotine does to your body and to your blood vessels, I quit. I'm like, I can't deal with this. And I'm very grateful today that I am talking to everybody, be able to do my channel and be able to do what I'm doing today, not having a messed up face from cancer or in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Amen to that. Yeah, I quit Copenhagen when I turned 50, and I'm 69 now. But yeah, I was a Copenhagen addict for 33 years.
I smoked for 7 years. It was from like the 11th grade. So it was like 1993 to the year 2000. So from some summer 93 to October of 2000. So just over 7 years. So, and I quit for religious reasons. So I read a passage in my Bible reading that told me I can't smoke. That's just not acceptable. So I put them out and never picked them up again. So that's why I quit smoking. And so it was good. Yeah. So and it's, so it's good that you've quit. However, the motivation comes, to get over any addiction, whether you're quitting smoking, quitting drugs like sugar and carbohydrates, quitting alcohol, whatever you find that motivates you to get off those things, you're doing yourself a favor, so
it's more a mind
that.
game. It's more a mind game than it is a physical game.
Yeah. And like, the addiction that I kept hanging on to was diet soda, and now I'm off of that. And I'm feeling really good about that too. So
see, since since after my first year on Carnivore, it's the first time that I know of in my life that I haven't been addicted to something. Because I quit drinking coffee shortly after I became a carnivore, and I was a 3 cup a day drinker. I wasn't a heavy drinker, but 3 cups a day. But I switched to tea. So it's not like I went caffeine free. I switched to tea, and I drank tea for a year. And I decided to quit drinking tea simply because I didn't want the caffeine in my body anymore. I wanted to clean up my body. And that was the last thing I was addicted to. So, I was able to cut the tobacco. Then I cut the carbs and the sugars, and then I cut the caffeine, and now there's nothing else that I'm addicted to. And so for the first time in my life, I've been clean for a year and a half now. And Kelly, on that hip replacement, this is the one time I'm gonna give you a little advice, and you I know you're smart enough to already know this, but I'm gonna give you a little advice. This is one time you definitely want to listen to your doctors. Not about diet, but you want to listen to your doctors, because they know what you're talking about. I had our senior deacon in our church. He had a hip replacement just before I had my hip replacement, and he threw his out 3 times because he wouldn't do what they told him to do, and like he was picking up hay bales and tossing hay bales and threw his hip out. After the 3rd time, they had to go back in there and rebuild that thing again, had to redo it. And so I learned from watching him what not to do. I used him as an example, and I did exactly what they told me to do. And like I said, 25 years later, I'm still going good.
Yeah,
now,
my mom.
One thing I don't do anymore, I don't ride horses anymore. Now I did for a while. I still cowboy. In fact, getting a new hip allowed me to get back on the saddle again. It allowed me to cowboy again. It allowed me to work cattle, and I was having a ball. But here about 5-6 years ago, it started bothering me a little bit, and I thought, I'm getting older. I don't need to be doing this. And if I get bucked off and I hit the ground wrong, I could really screw up this hip. And mine's a permanent hip. Mine was a porous prosthesis, and the bone grows to the prosthesis. Because when you're young, they won't put a glue-in type, because a glue-in, they'll wear out. They only got a 6-year shelf life. And so mine is a porous prosthesis. So when they put it down into the femur, I have to stay off that leg for 8 weeks while that bone grows to the prosthesis. And so it's permanent. I break that, I don't know that they can fix it. And I had a scare here about 4 years ago. I laid my bike down, and I laid it down hard on my left side, which is my bad hip side. And I was scared to death that I tore that hip up, scared to death. And I got lucky. All I did was bruise it real bad, but I didn't break nothing. But yeah, do what your doctors tell you to do. Take care of yourself.
But the good thing is you're on the carnivore diet. That's going to help that wound healing a lot.
Oh yeah, that is the plus. Like tonight, of course, I had to rewatch Amy and Rick's live from last night because I had to go to I had to go out to dinner. Neighbor, she lost her dad back in October, and I helped her put a thermostat in, and she wanted to take us out to dinner. So went to Mexican. I got the cleanest thing I could get there. And so I come back and I rewatched it, and oh my goodness, those buns, Rick has the best buns. And then Rick's the way to cook. That was the best way. I cooked the child version, half of it, and I still couldn't eat all of it. I had to give it to my dog, the rest of it to my dog.
For the record, I have not eaten that yet. And I had to deconstruct it after I made it, but it was, I don't know, it was like a foot tall. Like it was 2 pounds of hamburger, and it had like bacon and a slice of cheese in the middle, and then 2 buns. The thing, like I had to put 2 skewers in it just to hold it together. It was crazy. And yeah.
Well,
it did not get eaten last night.
Next one I make, it's going to be a baby one. I just did half of it, and I couldn't eat all the beef on it. So it's like, I was like, dog was right there. He was hungry. Here, have a little bit of some rest of this burger. It's had like a few bites left. I'm like, I can't eat this. So the next one, it's just going to be a baby version of it. But the bun, that
the hardtack slider,
delicious. And then the way that, started out cooking, you put the burger in cold on the cold cast iron skillet and let it gradually heat. It did not stick, and it actually was much juicier.
Yeah, he's got it down for that. Like, and just for the record, I knew the ingredients. I did not know the instructions. That was legit. This was not like one of these, TV shows that are produced that are fake. like the bounty hunter things where they know they're getting arrested and stuff like that. I only knew the ingredients so that I could go out and purchase them. I did not know that that was going to be like a foot tall hamburger. I had no clue. I thought he was just going to spread it out on a plate. Had no idea.
And you said it was
I don't
four
know
four
what-
pounds of meat?
Yeah, 4 half-pound burgers.
Oh, 4 half
And
pound burgers. Okay.
4 half-pound burgers all stacked on top of each other with bacon and cheese in the middle, and then these carnivore buns that are just incredible. Like they're really good. The only thing non-carnivore I think I used was the baking powder, which is optional, but I like mine fluffy. But in all honesty, you don't even need that. It's nuts. I mean, I had to take a photo and send it to him. It's crazy.
All right. Yeah. Someone's asking if you can share the photo here. So I don't know. Are you on a phone or a computer?
I'm on a phone, but I can email it to you probably.
Okay. Yeah. Because I think if I remember right, I think anybody can screen share. So
Oh, yeah. Can I screen share my phone? I don't know.
that I don't know either. So
Yeah.
Well, here's my child half the version right there. That is just half of what they cooked last night.
Cool.
Wow. What's your email address again?
just Bob at carnivoretalk.com.
Ah, that's real simple.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
There's these kid songs on the internet, and one's called Stinkin' Thinkin' and Letting You Go. And the other one's Snap Your Fingers to the Beat and Repeat. It's going to be right. And this guy who came up with these songs, he was the guy who did the Southwest Airlines songs back in the 80s. And I met this guy at a concert. He put on a concert of all these little songs. And they're kind of neat little motivational things. I kind of like them. And I've lost it. But I used to have I'm going to try to get a CD or an audio tape and play it, give it to my grandkids so they can have access to it so they can play it over and over and kind of let it sink in.
Okay, I just sent you a couple photos. You should
Okay.
have them.
Target Prime Rib asks, how do you spell Bob?
Same way frontwards and backwards.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. While we wait for that to come in, here's a couple more comments I had starred. Kitchen Witch said, and this is going back to gaining weight on carnivore that Amy was talking about. She said, I lost the weight on ketovore, then stalled on strict carnivore, but healed, all capital letters. Yeah. And so yeah, there we have it. That is interesting that the healing took place when you went pure, when you went clean. Very nice. Papa Carnivore says that his son is about 85% carnivore, maybe more on the ketovore side. Very good. He's 31, but he's ripped and thin. He's a gym rat. All right, very good. Sounds like he does well. And then Feral Grandmother says, Professor K says anything over 70% is, and I know how this sentence ends, carnivore. So if you're a hyper carnivore, 70% or more of their diet comes from animal products. So that's the Bart K definition. And so yeah, so if you're like Paul and you have a little blueberries on your cheesecake this Thursday, he's still a carnivore. It's okay. So if you have a little if you go to the Mexican restaurant and you do the best you can and you might have had a little ketovore, that you're still carnivore, so if you're as long as you're carnivore, most of the time you're carnivore, All right. Let's see here. He also says, or Papa Carnivore says, I drink a cup of tea after dinner, but it's usually herbal tea, chamomile, hibiscus, ginger, mint, etc. And Yeah, like I've got all those. My wife bought me this. It almost looks like Wheel of Fortune. It's this round thing, and they're all the flavors are different colors around it. But you've got you got different black teas, chai and raspberry black tea, and then there's a ginger tea. There's a like a mango green tea. There's a lemon green tea. There's a chamomile tea. So I've been trying to work my way around the wheel and evenly, because I could just target like my favorite and they'd all be gone. So yeah, very nice. And then hibiscus. I bought some hibiscus at my local store. I can't even remember what the brand is. I'm really struggling to drink hibiscus. So, and I know it's good for like lowering your blood pressure, which is something I need to do, but it's okay. Hibiscus is okay, but it doesn't excite me. And I'm trying to acquire a taste for it, but I'm finding it difficult. Allfrob says, "Hey guys, where can I get a cystatin C test with a doctor's orders? Any lab. If a doctor orders it, you go down to LabCorp or Quest. Both of them can perform the test for you. When I did it without doctor's orders, I went through ownyourlabs.com because they work. No, I did not. Ownyourlabs.com works with LabCorp, and they don't have it. They have a really good deal on a lot of tests, but cystatin C is not one of them. It was like hundreds of dollars. But then I went to altalabs.com, and Altalabs works with Quest, and I was able to get my cystatin C for $35. Now I've got my kidney doctor just writing it with my blood work, and I'm going to LabCorp, and the insurance is paying for the most of it, minus a little bit of that I do have to pay. But both LabCorp and Quest should have the means of doing a cystatin C with EGFR in your serum. So
what does this test do?
The cystatin C is they use it for various things, but it would be a marker for kidney function. So most doctors will use creatinine to calculate your EGFR, which is like an estimate on how your kidneys are functioning. But if you take creatine supplements, if you lift a lot of weights, if you have a lot of muscle mass, or if you eat a carnivore diet with a lot of protein in it, your creatinine will go up, especially if your kidneys are impaired. So it'll give this illusion that your kidneys are suffering or getting worse. And they may be, or they may not be. How you check is you check.
I recall it. All right,
yeah, you check the.
I remember now. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Right. So my kidney function, looks like I'm dead when you look at creatinine, but if you look at cystatin C, you see I'm stage 4. So
all right.
Yeah. And then Bill Cook says he saves beef tallow fats for later. Yep.
Hey.
Yes. Oh, you say, hey.
I took all the fat off my bone broth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then I use that to sear the prime rib with.
Very nice. Okay. I lost my marker. So while I look for where I was in the chat. Oh, I know where I was. I was somewhere around here because I remember seeing that. Yeah. All right.
Has anybody ever seared prime rib with bacon grease?
Yeah.
Is it okay to do that?
Sure.
I have.
It's just
if I was
Okay.
wrong, it tasted great. So it was the best mistake I ever made.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you weren't wrong.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make sure, you got a $40 piece of meat. You don't want to, Okay, I'll try. I'll do 1 and 1. I'll do one that way.
I haven't done that with a prime rib. I've cooked plenty of steak in bacon grease. So
yeah.
It's down at my store.
It is good.
You can buy bacon grease, duck fat, beef tallow, ghee. It's all on the same aisle, so you can
Just
you have
let
your
it
choice
sizzle and
band
then
with
put
that.
the steak in. And
Yeah, Thanksgiving we deep fried a turkey in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Bacon grease, huh?
Well, I guess it's bacon grease. It's called bacon up or something like that.
Bacon- yeah,
it's
bacon
in a
up.
box.
Okay.
probably close to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
the bacon up. That's what I had. That's bacon grease.
I don't know if it's lard or if it's bacon grease or what it is,
All right.
but it was best fried turkey we'd had up to date.
All right,
That
Rick.
looks beautiful there, Amy.
Rick is in the house. Says, "I want to see Carrie Mann take the heart attack burger challenge."
You bet. I want to see that too.
You know what we should do is so one of these Monday nights we should just like all have our setups in our kitchen and let's all make heart attack burgers alive on air, and then let's all try and eat them.
So Jerry, Carnivore Jerry actually challenged, because remember when I said I couldn't get full?
Uh-huh.
She actually challenged me to an eating contest.
Oh yeah.
So we're probably going to set something up where we do like an eating contest. Now we're going to have to gauge how much meat actually everybody could eat somehow, but yeah, so that's probably going to be happening. Obviously not right now because she's doing her 40-hour fast. So we
Right.
got to wait till she gets through January, but I'm going to reach out to her. But yeah, that would be fun, I think, to get on screen and see how much everybody can eat.
Speaking of January is known as World Carnivore Month.
Yep.
And so we should also come up with a challenge. I know last year we just, the challenge was, can you stay true carnivore? Like if you were ketovore, try carnivore or keto, try carnivore for 30 days. If you're already carnivore, maybe try Lion diet for 30 days. I believe that's what Jeff did. You did 30 days of Lion diet, So we got January coming up, World Carnivore Month. Let's all partake in some sort of challenge. We'll maybe talk about that next week. What the January challenge will be. So, and it doesn't have to be the same thing for everybody. That's why we did it that way last year. So whatever you're doing, we'll talk about ways that we can step it up a notch, just for January to kind of up your A game when it comes to your carnivore centric lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, I'm planning on it because my carniversary is on January 1st. So I'm definitely planning on doing something. I just don't know yet.
So your carnivore diet journey started as a resolution then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Very nice.
Pretty much.
And it's a resolution you've maintained.
Right. Well, I mean, be honest with you, I've always been on and off carnivore. I just considered myself fully carnivore when I started going into the community, when I started seeing you guys. So that's what I count as being, that's the full fledged. So that's when I started carnivore.
Okay. All right. Rick says he had his carnivore, he had his heart attack burger at his get together tonight. All right. Very good.
And did you have a heart attack, Rick?
He's trying.
I know
he's been trying to have that heart attack.
He is failing so miserably. It's kind of sad.
Such a disgrace to the community.
What's funny is there's a restaurant somewhere, because I saw it on a TV show where they actually have. I think it's called the Heart Attack Grill, and they actually
it's in Los Angeles, something like that.
It's in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I'm
called the Heart Attack Burger. So
yep.
They have,
and I'm going.
They have nurses as waitresses and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm going there in May for my nephew's wedding, and I have a customer that is downtown on Fremont Street, and the Heart Attack Grill is down in Old Vegas, well, what I call Old Vegas, like original Vegas. And so I'm probably going to try to take them to lunch there because I've been wanting to go there now that, there's all these heart attack recipes out here. But and Rick swears that his heart attack burger is way better than theirs. So we'll just have to see.
I'm sure.
All right.
He's close.
The wife and I are trying to think of what we should do for vacation this year. So we were thinking about, one of the options is to go out west. So we always go up and down the East Coast, different beaches, but we have never been out west together. So we're thinking, that would be a good idea. Grand Canyon Heart Attack Grill. Sounds like a trip to me.
No, we're thinking about Grand Canyon this year ourselves.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think we're taking off in June sometime. So I believe is what we picked. She had to request certain weeks and see which one gets granted to her.
I know we got an Alabama trip coming up here for granddaughters in a dance competition in Alabama, and we're gonna, I know, make a vacation out of that. But then again, I'm retired, so I'm always on vacation.
Yeah.
You know, if you go, if you go to the Grand Canyon, there's another canyon, and I can look up and they get you the information. It's a 10-mile hike to get to it, and there's no vehicles allowed. So you have to park and hike in 10 miles. The good thing is, if you have trouble walking back that 10 miles and the sun is setting, the rangers have a rescue wagon.
Mhm.
But it's far superior than the Grand Canyon itself. And it's within an hour, it's less than an hour drive from the actual Grand Canyon Park. And it's if you can walk the 20 miles and realize you only got to really walk 10, they will give you a ride back. And but it's very dramatic. It's just almost everybody rates it better than the Grand Canyon.
My oldest sister she's older than me by 6 years. She just hiked to the bottom of the Grand Canyon and back up. I'm very proud of her. In May, she did that in May. I'm very proud of her. And then I can't even do Angel Bright Point. I went to Angel Bright Point, I want to say in 2021. I didn't get to see the Grand Canyon, even though I was at the Grand Canyon, because I'm terrified. And I could only look straight out, and I was with my family, and we were hiking down the hike, and there's no railing, people. You're on a path, right? That's, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 foot wide, if that, maybe 4 foot wide. And there's a drop off. And if you're terrified of heights like me, you ain't making it. You ain't making it. And so I turned around and went back.
Lexus asks, just got back from Bible study. What did I miss? There it is on the screen. That's what you missed. That's Amy's heart attack burger.
That's Rick's,
wow.
actually.
That's Rick's. That's Rick's.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
he
it's
just
on your
taught me how to
channel.
make it.
Oh, okay. Well,
Good job.
well, is this the one sitting at your place, or is that the one sitting at Rick's place?
No, so he was on screen and he was teaching me how to make this and walking me through the steps. And so I made it, but he was giving me the instructions while I was cooking it live.
So it's Rick's special recipe, but this is Amy's creation, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Looks really good.
Bacon.
I was gonna say, like, oh my god.
And 4 half-pound patties. It actually doesn't sound. It sounds like a challenge I'm willing to take. That's what it sounds like.
It's a challenge, all right. I only had a half of what that was tonight, and it was a challenge just to finish it.
I just like to do
can't
the challenge of a person actually opening their mouth big enough to eat that.
Put a
Oh,
lit
you're not
candle
gonna open
on
your
that.
mouth and eat that. You're gonna eat
Break
that
your
by
jaw.
hand, layer by layer.
Now put a lit candle on that and serve that as a birthday cake right there. That's
Yeah.
a carnivore birthday cake.
No,
Layered cake.
you're gonna split that thing in half. You're gonna eat half of it by hand, and then once it's down to a sizable portion, then you're gonna eat the rest of it like a sandwich.
You had to have the mouth and jaws of a crocodile in order to eat that thing.
It's kind of a work of art, if you ask me.
You can almost picture.
Beautiful.
Rick's jaw like dislocating and an opening wide boy like a snake in this.
Like a snake.
Python.
Yeah.
Python.
The only thing I'd add to that is some blue cheese.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it, Jeff.
I had that exact thing for my meal. Not the exact same, but it's what I ate Saturday was a pound, 2 half-pound patties, stacked with bacon and cheese and blue cheese. So had something similar, but a lot smaller than that.
Oh my god. Well,
Well,
yeah.
That'd be a great centerpiece for a party. Have some extra rolls and, you know, I mean, that'd feed 4 normal people right there.
Yeah.
I should make that when my sister-in-law comes over. She's supposedly vegetarian. Doesn't like me. That's mean. I'm just kidding, guys. That was kind of mean.
Tell her it's
Well,
beyond
that's
meat.
okay.
Tell her it's beyond meat. It's not real.
So what goes in the carnivore bun?
Oh, so that was an egg. And then I think we put in like a cup of cheddar cheese or something like that. And then pork rinds. And I happen to have some pork panko, which is the same thing as crushed pork rinds, only they charge an arm and a leg for it. And then optional was some baking powder because that will make it rise up a little bit. And
So it's a chaffle.
Basically,
it's
yeah.
basically a chaffle, but I have one of those interchangeable chaffles, and I wish I would have used a Christmas one that puts a little Santa on top. That would have been a nice touch.
Yeah.
But mine was more like a little pancake maker thing. It didn't
Yeah.
have
When I don't want
the
to,
waffles.
there was a period where I was making a lot of chaffles, but the cheese was getting to me. You know, it was stalling me out too bad. And so I started just making it with pork rind panko, and I make my own pork rind panko. But I was
an egg.
an egg, pork
An
rind panko, and no cheese. And I actually got to where I liked that better.
Right.
Oh,
If you, yeah.
I mean, that was definitely
Oh.
the ultimate BBB&E. So, I mean, it had
Yeah, no
doubt.
butter, the bacon, it had butter probably in it, and egg, I would think.
Rick wants to know the macros for that. Rick, before I put my head on my pillow tonight, I'm going to calculate the macros of all the ingredients that we used in that, and I'm going to send it to you tonight. So you will have the macros of that. We're guessing maybe 10, 15,000 calories, and
Oh, God.
And-
Yeah.
I wonder how many grams
that
of
sounds
fat.
kind of high. Really? 10,
I
15,
think
9,000.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, I would think.
I don't know.
Who
That's a
cares?
lot.
Carnivores don't count calories.
You know,
Well, yeah, your four
Well, I don't
slices-
care. I'm just saying. It's probably high.
Yeah, I was just thinking like your 4 slices of cheese. There's 400. Your
What
bacon.
kind of cheese was it, Amy?
It was cheddar.
It was cheddar. Okay, good.
I got sharp cheddar. Yeah, cheddar
1,200.
slices.
That looked really good. So it's,
12,
As long as it
12,
wasn't that
12.
American
About
crap.
6,
I was a
I
little
think it was
afraid. but yeah,
6,000.
I was thinking it
about
should.
6,000.
So it's up there.
5 to 6,000, right in there.
Yeah, it's up there. Definitely more than what we've been recommended to have. Not that I care, but you know.
Aren't we all eating what is not recommended for us to have?
Right.
Yeah, it's not recommended. You know, that's what gets me. On my medical summary, when I leave my doctor's office, it says ongoing health concerns. The patient eats a ketogenic diet.
Health concerns, huh? Yeah.
Great.
No, it's the same thing. You know, over here locally, I've got a couple friends.
Speaking of the devil.
Yeah, I've got a couple friends doing a carnivore diet, and one of them, does a little fruit once in a while. She's doing good. One of them was doing a carnivore diet, but they don't do it every day. They still eat like, they still cheat. They still drink alcohol, things like that. And ended up with some illness. And I'm not going to say it out loud because they watch this and they know who I'm talking about. But the doctor blamed it on the carnivore diet. So, and it's like, so now he's kind of into the, lean meats and vegetables, like the doctor says, kind of thing, which, I mean, that can work for him, but it just annoys me that like and it's the same, we go to the same doctor. So it's the same doctor. Anytime anything goes wrong with me, the doctor's immediately like, it's your diet, so it's very frustrating.
Yeah, but everything else that's wrong with you ain't your diet, right?
Right. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now I heard a rumor that he's retiring. So if that's true, then I'm actually going to be in the market for another doctor, and I'm gonna leave this. I'll leave this establishment because Like Jeff, I want to seek out a DO. And this doctor, several years ago joined Unity Health Network, and I can't stand Unity Health Network. You can't even call the doctor's office anymore. You call the doctor's office and it goes to an answering service. You got to press all these buttons and talk to an operator that has no clue who you are, and it's such a hassle now. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. So if the rumor's true that he's retiring, so. But yeah, no, he'll blame the diet on everything. So,
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I think, but that heart attack burger, I think that's probably clocking in around. I bet you it's only clocking in around 4,000 calories.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because your 2 pounds of beef is going to be just over 2,000 calories. And then is it 4 slices of cheese? Is it 1 cheese per patty?
It's more than that.
Oh, okay. I was going to say a slice of cheese is about 100 calories. So how many slices times 100?
There's
And then your bacon, your bacon, that's kind of hard to tell. Your bacon can, it's once you cook it and pull it out of the fat, because most of it renders out, it's like 60 to 100 calories per slice of bacon, so think of how many bacons you got, how much cheese you got, multiply all that by 100, just as a rough estimate, and then add 2,000 for the burger, provided you didn't drain the fat off the burger,
Very little fat cooks out on those burgers.
Yeah. So if you had,
Yeah, he's not wrong.
Yeah. So if you had 3 slices of bacon per patty, that's 12. There's 1,200. If you had a slice of cheese per patty, that's 1,600. Then you add your meat, that's 3,600, and then you throw your bun on there, might be another 400. That's 4,000 calories. I bet you it's hovering around 4,000 calorie burger. So, which is still plenty. I mean, you think about it, that's it's a pound of red meat plus your bacon and cheese, and
2 pounds.
Yeah.
2 pounds.
I only
Yeah,
had
2
a
pounds.
pound.
2 pounds of red meat. There's 2 pounds of red meat plus the cheese and bacon and everything. Yeah, and the average person needs to consume a diet of 2,500 calories a day. Blah 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 blah. You're there. That's a lot of food. That's like 3 meals in one.
What's a calorie? Can you eat a calorie? No. Can you see a calorie? No. Calories don't exist.
We had heart attack burgers tonight.
Yeah. You were saying.
And
Most
you're
of them,
still
though,
here.
they have the single heart attack burger, not the real deal. Only I ate the real heart attack burger.
1 patty for everybody else, 4 for you.
One got 2 patties, everybody else 1, and then 4 for me, with, of course, the cheese, the bacon, because there's actually 5 slices of cheese, if I calculated right. The bun, patty, that should be 5, and then 3 slices of bacon. So yeah, it's a burger. I call it the ultimate burger.
It's a boiga.
And the thing is, everyone tells me it's the juiciest burger they've ever had. I said the secret is use the cast iron pan. Don't cook it on the grill. If you cook it on the grill, you're going to cook away all that delicious fat. And you're not going to get a good heart attack without the saturated fat.
Yeah.
Amen, brother. Amen.
But you know what always amazes me is how much everybody loves the buns. I've never realized that is like the favorite part of everybody.
Those buns are fire. Oh my gosh, the buns are so good.
They're the
You got
bomb.
the cheese, the pork rinds, the eggs, and they're like, how did you make it so quick? Well, bread takes a long time to bake. It's easy to make heart attack buns.
All right. So Brian says Paul is probably close, correct, around 5,000 to 6,000. So we're all eager. We're all eager to know.
So
we need the nutritional label for Rick's heart attack burger.
I have a software. I can calculate it on because it's what I use for my personal recipes when I develop a recipe, but it's on my phone and I'm on my phone right now. So it might have to wait a minute.
That's all right.
till I
Are those,
jump out of
are
this.
those buns made in a waffle maker?
Yes, essentially.
Okay,
You
all
can
right, okay.
you could do something like this. You could put them in a ramekin like this,
Yeah,
and you could bake them in an oven. You probably could even microwave them, but they might you gotta find out the right time, otherwise they'll be like a hockey puck.
Right.
But
I make
you
them
could
on the
bake them.
barbecue.
Yeah, Rick said at 350, I think, and then you would just see when
Yeah.
it's done. So
I tried the egg yolk bread, and I separated the eggs. I beat up the yolks, and then I beat up the yolks. Then I really whipped the egg whites to death. Okay, made them really stiff peaks, and then I gently folded them in. Then I put that in the waffle maker. They're pretty damn good. I didn't use any cheese.
The cheese makes it really tasty and a lot easier.
Mhm.
I am all
Yeah.
about easy cooking. I don't want to do complicated stuff.
I agree, but I have a problem with cheese, so I was trying to get around it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go grab some more water. I'll be right back. But keep talking
We'll
about
count the seconds you're gone.
Well,
waffles.
I've made it without the cheese with just the pork rinds and eggs, and they're pretty good. It's just not as soft, you know. It's more like this is similar to a waffle, but this would be more like, how can I put it? What is it like? Like sort of like a meatloaf.
Okay.
So in one of those little mini waffle makers like I got, how much cheese would you put in that in one roll?
Well, it was about half a cup, you know, between the whole thing plus a couple of eggs, and then you add the pork
All
rinds
right.
to thicken it up. If you watch how Amy did it, she's a master in the kitchen. She followed directions perfectly, and this whole thing was her idea. So again,
shucks.
aren't we glad that we have these great people in the carnivore community? Because I never would have taken the time to do it. But Amy says, I want to make one of your recipes. And she was thinking of the pacemaker pizza. I said, no. There's too many things that can go wrong. I mean, Thomas had trouble with the heart attack chicken. And that is the easiest of the recipes. Yeah. And that's the easiest of the recipes. I didn't even know it was possible to get hurt making heart attack chicken. But then again, anything can happen. But the pacemaker pizza is dangerous. That's tricky. Aha.
Thomas, you need a pair of these. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Oh,
He
and
needs
you also
one for
need
his
like
face.
for his face. You need a ski mask made out of this too.
Well, just a full face shield. You know, like the chainsaw guy got that
Yeah.
full face shield.
Hey,
Don't be
but you know what?
needed.
I healed pretty fast for.
Yes, he did. Well, Milton
you
tore
look
up my
good.
leg. Milton tore up my leg and is totally healed.
Yeah.
All right. Got my Saratoga. It's my new favorite.
I got my rainwater.
You literally collect rainwater?
Yep.
Yep.
I collect rainwater and I have a little filter that I run it through to get all the bird poop or other particles out of it. But it seems to be okay. It's connected right to the refrigerator. I have a stainless steel tank and I actually put oxygen into it on a regular basis. Pump it in there, it bubbles through. That way it'll keep the bad bacteria out.
Well, I have my pure artesian water here.
You're
Got
lucky.
a well. I got a well.
Yeah. We have wells here, but they're contaminated with mercury and they're contaminated with dieldrin. Florida's water is, we sit on top of the water. Our water aquifer is like porous rock, and we're surrounded by ocean. And this area used to be agricultural. Now it's full of cities, and then there's stuff from the golf course. That's where a lot of the dieldrin came from the mango groves and the golf courses. And it's still there. And they haven't been here for over 40 years.
Wow.
I use well water for washing.
Feral Grandma says, I don't worship doctors. That's good. I know a lot of people do.
I haven't been to a doctor yet.
Tom asks, making a pun off of this here, why did Bob take Sarah's toga? She looks better without it. That's why.
We've had a couple of toga parties. It wasn't pretty.
Toga.
Actually, you know what the good thing is? I realized that I wasn't the ugliest person there, so that's a good thing. At least I look ancient compared to them. You know, I'm more lean.
Mm-hmm.
You're just tall. That's all.
Yeah, yeah, but some of the people now, they're just quite plump. Let me put it that way.
I know for a fact when I finally meet you, I'll be looking up to you. So
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Even Dr. Baker does.
yeah.
Over what is it now? 60% of the 70% of the population is plump.
Pretty much.
No wonder I feel like such an oddball.
Linda Flanagan's here, says, "Hey everyone, I'm way late. That's okay.
Hey, I was late too.
Glad you could make it."
I was
All right.
chowing down on a heart attack burger.
Yeah. All right.
You have a good reason.
Well, after watching Amy make a delicious burger, we were having our get together and said, "Oh, you want to have burgers?" I said, "Hey, why don't we have some heart attack burgers?" And my friend's son, he's been trying to take the heart attack challenge several times. He fails every time. He says, "I can do it this time. I can do it." Okay, let's see. He couldn't do it.
All right. If you'd like to, I haven't said this yet all tonight on camera, but I have posted it. I'm posted the link in the chat again. We've got room for 10. So if you'd like to join us on screen and chat with one of these legends here you see in front of you,
Okay.
then feel free to click that link and jump on in. And whether you've been here before or whether you're new, introduce yourself. We'd look forward to possibly getting an interchange of encouragement with you as well. All right.
Hey, who you calling old?
What's that?
I just said, who you calling old? Legend.
No. Legend doesn't imply old. So.
Oh, I'm just the baby of us all.
Yeah, well, so you're over 40 because your comment earlier mentioned that. So I just turned 50. And
I'm right behind you, Bob. I'm 49. I'll be 50 in a couple months.
Okay, so yeah, so we're to Tom and Kelly. Where you're ranking in there?
I'm 53.
Age-wise? You're 53? Okay.
I'm 47. I'll be 48 in July.
Okay, all right. So you are the bye-bye
So
of the
I'm
group.
like the fourth in the line.
I'll be 58 in June.
All right.
June what?
June 13th.
12th here.
Oh,
I
cool.
still get people that are baffled. There's no way that you're 57. I said, "You've known me for years. You know how old I am."
Right.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't know what's wrong with these people. I guess they figured I'd be dead by now, all them heart attacks.
No. Well,
It's just
do you have
scurvy.
any grays?
Sets in.
Do you have any
What's
gray
that?
hairs? Do you have any gray hairs? Any? I mean, there could be some in there. I can't tell.
I got some gray facial hairs, but every other hair on my body is not gray.
Yeah. Right. So that's very unusual for someone in their 50s.
Yeah, it is.
You know, my children got their first gray hairs when they were 15.
Really?
Yeah, my wife, she started getting gray at 14. I started getting gray at 22. And by the time I was 30, I had lost the hair on my head.
Wow.
So,
Wow. Well, that's all genetic anyway.
right.
Yeah, in my 50s, I
June
was
11th.
gray on the sides, starting to get gray on the sides. But as you can see now, I'm completely there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to believe that in 2.5 years, I'm going to be 60 years old. And I don't know any 60-year-old that ever made it without gray hair.
Yeah.
Right.
And glasses. I don't wear glasses.
No, so my wife's brother, he's 2 years older than me. So he's 52 and he has no signs of gray yet. So he's doing really good. So, but again, that seems to be the exception, not the rule. So that's why if you say you're in your 50s, people are like, really?
Yeah.
you dye your hair, you know?
Oh, they always say, "Do you dye your hair?
Yeah.
What do you
Were
put
your
on your hair?"
parents? Did your parents have gray hair?
My dad did. My mom also did, but she colored it. She had like blonde hair, so it was kind of hard to see it. But yeah, in my case, even now, I've had people say, "There's no way I want to see your driver's license." Why? You know how old I am, but they get confused. I think sometimes people don't realize if you don't change much, they're like, "Well, I don't see it." But I mean, we all went to the same school. I mean, how could they have gray hair and I don't have any? I said it's probably genetic, But your dad had gray hair. I said, yeah, he had some. It was like on the side. My dad had kind of, I don't know how to describe it, sort of a distinguished look where he had some gray on the side and then the back was dark and then this was all dark here. So, and we don't have any bald people in the family that I know of.
Lewis says June 11. So we got 11, 12, and 13.
Yeah, I was going to say they should all get together and have a huge party.
Yeah.
Just combine all
It'd
three.
be cool if we all didn't live so far apart from each other. Y'all want to come to Texas? Come on.
Well, I will be coming through Texas this weekend.
Whereabouts?
Well, going to Acuña, Mexico on a mission trip, build a home for family. About 30 of us is going.
It's probably going to be coming down, 35 or 45?
We're going to come through Oklahoma City, take 44. We're going to stay overnight in Lawton, Oklahoma, and then we're going to take 44 into, what is that, where 44 ends. I can't remember that town just north of Texas as you get in, where 44 ends, and I think we pick up US 277. Doggone it. What is that town? Wichita Falls. That's what it is. And then we go there.
Wichita Falls, right inside of Texas, yeah.
And then we'll take US 277 all the way through, and I think we're going to stop like in Abilene for like lunch, and then we get to Del Rio, Texas, probably by the late afternoon, evening, if everything goes right.
Yeah, you'll be skirting me by about an hour and a half when you hit Abilene. My sister-in-law lives in Abilene. She's got a restaurant close by Abilene. That's where she lives. So that's about an hour and a half from me.
Papa Carnivore is June 15th. We just need someone to fill in the 14th. We have a little gap there. We got 11, 12, 13, and 15. So very nice. Let's see.
And Jemmett said that she was in June too. It looked like same day as Lewis.
Oh yeah, it could be. So based on that. Oh wait. Another June 11.
Yep.
So both of these are June 11. That's what that is. But they both.
Oh yeah, no, I'm just saying she's in June as well.
Okay.
Parents must have been busy in September.
All right.
I was thinking the same thing.
I had a question for Kelly. So you're going down there with 30 volunteers. Is there a foundation poured, or is this from scratch?
Oh, everything's from scratch. It's an organization based out of El Paso, Texas, called Casas por Cristo. It's Houses by Christ, is what it is.
Yeah.
They build houses for families. They've been doing it since 1993. They've done it. They do Juarez. They do Acuña, Mexico. They do Dominican Republic, Guatemala, and Nicaragua is where they build homes. And it's not like a big fancy home. It's just like a three
bedroom ranch.
Yeah, three room shack is what it's pretty much what it is.
Oh, okay.
And
so how long does it take to raise one of those from beginning to end with the 30 of you?
Well, it'll probably take 2.5 days
just
to do this one from foundation. Well, we just pour like a 4-inch thick pad is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the lumber all cut. Then we'll have the walls put together, ready to put on there. Hoping this one that we have a concrete truck. Last December we had a hand pour the foundations because the concrete trucks broke down. So it took about 3 hours, and it wasn't no big concrete mixer. It was a little concrete mixer, so it was pretty fun. But then, we got ours. One did in Juarez back in June or back in the end of May, we done ours in 2.5 days. And we had probably about 16 of us. So we'll probably have it done in 2 days. Easy.
All
You'd-
right.
You'd
Very
laugh
cool.
if you see what kind of concrete mixer I made. I rigged up a
You bolted
concrete
it?
mixer. It goes on the Bobcat. That way I can move it around easy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
Smart ingenuity.
right. Yeah, that sounds
Yep.
smart, actually. So,
I even made a fence, post pounder that works almost like a rotisserie, and you put them in there and it rotates around and you can just pound your post in the ground. You don't have to even handle the silly things.
very nice. So, Aaron popped on. That gives us 8 on the screen. We still have room for 2
Hey,
more
everybody.
if you'd like to join us. But, Aaron, how has your week been? How are you doing?
Oh, adventuresome again.
Yeah.
I'm still
All right.
treating babesia and ended up with a drug reaction and a trip to the emergency room.
Oh boy, that's too bad.
So hopefully on the other side of it before I get to enjoy my grandkids this weekend
Mhm.
and later in the week. But I was sitting here crocheting a hat and listening to you guys, so I figured I may as well join.
All right. Well,
say
very
hello.
nice. Yeah. So, are you on theme with our topic? Are you prepared to survive the next week without cheating, or you plan on participating in some holiday goodies?
I don't feel goody on goodies.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No, neither do I.
No, it'll be a
So,
lot of fatty, salty meat, maybe some deviled eggs, some charcuterie,
mhm.
and hopefully lots of joy.
All right. Very good. So everyone sounds like they have a plan. So and they're coming into this week prepared, and that's good, because that is the secret to surviving the temptation, is to plan ahead and prepare. So good
I
stuff.
still
no,
don't understand temptation.
3 years into this, my adult children now reluctantly roll their eyes and are supportive.
Mm-hmm.
They've
Yeah.
seen the improvement in their parents and they like the change. They don't want to do it themselves, but they like it for us.
Oh yeah. So like my wife, she brings home candy and
Yeah.
eats whatever she wants, and then but if I'm like, oh, let me try some of that, she's like, no, you got to stick to your diet to keep you
Whack.
alive. You know.
You
So I will
know,
say, Saturday we did go out for our anniversary. I did mention this last week. So Saturday we went to a place called Delmonico Steakhouse. Let me see if I can.
Mm,
let me
I've
see if
heard
I
of
can
that.
pull this
Sounds
up.
like a good
was-
place.
I've
It
heard
was
of
good.
Yeah,
Let me see
wasn't
if I
that
can
in
pull up
Dodge
the
City?
picture. Well, this one was here in Ohio.
there's a Delmonico's in New York City.
Is there? It could be a chain. Let's see if this refreshes. I'm seeing if I can pull it up on my computer.
And Bob, I just heard you saying that the holidays is in like next week. It's actually 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know when it is. So you're right. It is 3 days.
That's
I
right.
ain't got no time to cheat anyway. I'll be too busy getting ready for this trip.
We'll get you a calendar. for
So
Christmas.
I know there's I know there's a holiday Thursday, and then the following Thursday you got New Year's, and we won't rehash this topic again next week, but some people want to go drink and watch the ball drop and stuff like that too. So I mean, really this whole season, it starts with Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, and then Christmas, and then New Year, and it's like fatter and fatter. Like that's what would happen this time of year if you were into that kind of thing, which most of us were, minus Rick at one point. So I remember trying to diet, and then these holidays would roll around. It's just, man, you get derailed, and by the time you get back on track, the next holiday is at your doorstep, and you get back on track, and the next holiday is at your doorstep. And it
The
was very
constant
frustrating.
sad cycle.
Yeah.
You sit there from October to January, you eat, you get fat, you put on 15 pounds, and then you get to spend the next 9 months trying to lose that 15 pounds, which you never get done. You lose about 5 of it, and then you turn right around and put on another 10 or 15 pounds. And before you know it, you're 350 pounds. We don't do that no more.
Rick, you were raising your hand?
I don't understand. I guess because I've never been overweight. But you would think that when a person starts gaining weight, wouldn't their clothes no longer fit?
Yes.
And okay, but wouldn't they say, something's wrong? Let me just stop eating all this, or I don't understand.
Yes, you're absolutely right. They do.
You say
do,
that, but
Some
you
do.
don't do that.
but the thing is, you just buy bigger clothes, and you're like, man,
Or you wear
don't want to.
sweatpants and stuff with full
The
baggy
thing
anyway.
is, when you diet, it's a constant fight. It's a battle because you're fighting the cravings, you're fighting the carbs, you're fighting the addiction. So it's a constant battle. If you've never had the addiction, you can't understand the addiction. Okay. But you're constantly fighting it. This is where, and like Atkins, when I did Atkins, Bob did Atkins worked great for me, except I was constantly having to fight the addiction to the carbs because it was allowing carbs in, and so it was a constant fight, constant struggle. Now I'm like you, Rick. I've been on this now for over a year and a half. I no longer have any cravings. When I look at something, like a pie, a cheesecake, dressing, whatever, bread, it doesn't even look like food to me anymore. It's that far gone out of my system. I'm so over the addiction that it no longer looks like food. Meat looks like food to me. Eggs look like food. Cheese looks like food. But all that other stuff that's carby, vegetables and all that doesn't look like food. That looks like what my food eats. Like you say, duck food. And that's where I'm at. So this is why I can go into the holidays and there are no temptations for me.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter will make some beautiful, and this is what she does. This is her sideline business. She makes these beautiful cheesecakes, and she'll have a gorgeous cheesecake out there that will be non-carnivore. It'll be full of flour and sugar and, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And it doesn't appeal to me in the least. And carnivore or cheesecake used to be my favorite. And my daughter makes the best cheesecake. But now I look at that and it's not even food. It doesn't register in my brain as food. Yeah. And so I'm with you on that, Rick. I kind of question it, but I've been there. I remember when it was always a fight and a struggle. And I'm just so thankful to the Lord and to Carnivore for the Lord leading me to Carnivore that I'm here now because I now have freedom from food.
Mm-hmm.
My battle is this. I have to take insulin, okay? I eat 0 carbs. I'm as close to 0 carb as I can get, all right? So if I don't take insulin, my blood sugar is going to be 300 to 400. Just going to take off. I've tried no insulin. And when you inject insulin into your body and you eat, I don't care what you eat, it packs on pounds. I got a plan for next year. Starts in 6 days. I'm starting on the 27th, 29th, whatever next Sunday is. And I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know what to do. I've got kind of a plan and, I try to minimize my insulin as much as I can and still keep the blood sugar in a target range. But I've been thinking about, like every other day, eating somewhat less. Maybe cut back on the fats and go leaner meats and not eat quite as much every other day. Kind of confuse the body. They don't know where the set point is, so I don't know. And also, I started this week. I watch my blood sugar all day long. I'm probably obsessed with it. It's probably unhealthy obsession, okay? When I see it head towards 120, I know it ain't going to be long. It's going to be up to 130, 140. I started exercising before it gets there. And sometimes I can turn the blood sugar down with just exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to and I've had a couple fairly successful weeks of, but it takes a lot of motivation. That's all I can tell you. It takes a lot of, I got to stand up and do calf raises again, and eventually my calf muscles, they've taken on all the sugar in my bloodstream that they can. They're done. They can't take no more. So I grabbed the handheld barbell things and start working on my bigger arm and chest muscles. But I've really packed on the pounds over the last 3 months on insulin, and I don't like it. I'm open to anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know if lower fat is really the answer. I was thinking like maybe lower protein, more fat would be the answer.
Yeah.
Because your fat isn't going to raise your blood sugars, but gluconeogenesis and the conversion of protein to glucose will.
No.
Yeah. No. That's that's why they call it gluconeogenesis. That's the name. It's in the name.
But protein is the last thing the liver goes for. It converts many other. I've consulted with Bart K on this. Protein's the last thing the liver takes and makes glucose out of. And I can't remember all the names of all the things he told me that go first. Okay. So you don't have to worry about your liver robbing your muscles or something of protein.
No, not your muscles, but the protein you're eating.
Yeah, either. And there's sources of protein in your body that are going to be consumed by your body and regenerated. Okay.
Especially if you're not consuming enough protein.
True. Well, the whole repair process is taking damaged or diseased or tissue that's laying around.
That's true, but we're kind of carrying this to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. We're going to just think about keeping your insulin down.
Yeah.
So why do you think limiting fat is going to keep your blood sugar low?
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I really don't. It's something I'm thinking about. I don't have a eating.
Yeah. It just seems to me that in the absence of carbs and in the absence of fat, then gluconeogenesis is going to take place, and that's what's going to raise your blood sugar. I mean, it's one of those three macros. So,
mind if I?
Tom,
I don't know.
Yeah. You guys know that I'm part of a program that I'm working with Dr. Phil, and I can't talk too much about the program itself, but he's having me do different things, and my sugars were pretty high. My A1C actually went up to 7.5 because for the past 3 months they were higher than normal for whatever reason. And he actually took me, he had me cut my protein in half and kept my fats at the level that they were at. And now my sugars, the highest I have is about 130, and it's hardly ever there. So it's actually going down by increasing the fat and decreasing the protein. I'm not saying that that's exactly what I think you need to do. I'm just saying that's what worked for me, And I'm on the path now of getting rid of the insulin, and I maybe take like a quarter of the insulin that I was taking before.
I see that makes sense to me, the way I understand the whole process works. So, So I don't know I don't think cutting back on fat is necessarily the answer, but I would, you could log what you eat, and
I'm at my maximum for fat now.
Well, what do you mean your maximum? What do you mean a maximum?
If I eat any more fat, I'll have diarrhea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like rendered fat?
Pardon me?
Like rendered fat, like cooked fat? Is that what you're talking about?
No, any fat.
Any fat.
I mean, cold fat actually gives me less diarrhea than rendered fat does.
Yeah, cold fats digest better than hot fats. Yeah, I know that. I'm not short on fat. I'm about 1-to-1, and that's about what my gut can handle, or my body can handle. I exercise serves me pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
It's just takes a lot of motivation to
I
keep the
understand that
exercise.
too.
I do 500 calf, whatever you want to call them. I stand at the sink and I go up on my tiptoes, 1001, go back down. I do 500 of those every day. And I sit in the chair and I just raise my heels. That's a soulless push-up, or that's what I call it, because it exercises the soleus muscle. That's the muscle in your calf that can only run on carbohydrates. It can't run on ketones. And it's just amazing when you wear a CGM, and I do 100 of those at a time. Sometimes I do 1,000 in the evening, or when my blood sugar is going up, and I can take a blood sugar of 140 and I can pull it down to 90 in an hour. But then eventually, I guess the muscle's taking on all the sugar it can, and it doesn't matter how many more I do, it's not going to lower the blood sugar anymore. You've reached the end of the rope. So that's why I started going to other exercises. And I do think I need to build more muscle tone. More muscle is going to help blood sugar wherever the glucose comes from. Maybe my problem is this. I was such a carboholic all my life. Okay? I mean, I ate carbs on top of carbs on top of carbs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I didn't have 2 cookies for lunch. I had 4 or 5. Okay? And that's how my mother fed me. And it's how I dealt with my high anxiety life. I always went to food. I always went to carbs all the time. And I ate continuously. From the time I got up 6 o'clock in the morning till I went to bed 11 o'clock at night, I ate continuously. And, I've come a long way, baby, but we're kind of like at the final hurdle. I just wish there was, I appreciate everybody's thoughts and input, and I'm processing all this, and it's just, I can remember when I started this whole journey 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago, I thought, wow, look how fast my blood pressure went down. God, I'll be off all insulin. I'll be non-diabetic in 1 year. Well, didn't happen.
I thought the same thing.
And you start seeing this, initial, and I've had times when, and I can't put my finger on anything, but I've had times when my blood sugar has stayed down nicely, and I can't put my finger on what I'm doing. It just, I seem to every 3 or 4 weeks I go through this cycle. I'll kind of get excited about it, and watch the CGM, and my eating's almost the same every day. I mean, and I kind of do that on purpose because I want to hopefully see the body heal and the numbers shift on their own. But that was my thought too, was, cut my protein. I can try going to half the protein maybe every other day and see what happens. Start there.
That's my thoughts, because your glucose is going to come from 2 sources: carbohydrates or the conversion of protein through gluconeogenesis. So I would stick with the fats that you're eating if you're at a good spot where you're not going to have any diarrhea. If you can increase your fats to compensate for lowering your protein, or just look at how much you're eating, and maybe just maybe you can just lower your protein and you're still getting enough food every day that way. So I don't know how much you eat, or I don't keep track of your macros or your calories or anything like that. So, But that would be my suggestion, would be to, if you're at a 1-to-1 ratio now, try and change it so your protein is a little lower than your fat. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah.
So, because that glucose, that blood sugar, it can only come from one of two sources, and you're not eating carbs. So it's coming from the protein. Now, like, it's by way of example, they say protein is bad for the kidneys, especially if you have late stage renal disease, which I do. So, like, I can plug into AI, what should I do? How can I manage my kidney disease and stay on a carnivore diet? And it'll say you can work at lowering your protein, and it says eat more fat ribeye fat pieces, have more butter, and things like that, and you should be fine. So
Make
even
more
AI
smoke,
knows more than my
yeah.
doctor. So the issue for me, my potential issue is too much protein, and I think it could be your potential issue also. So that's my thought. But you can try what you were going. You can try your plan first if you want, or you can try your plan second. But I really think that if you looked into it, backing off the protein, and I don't know what Bart K is thinking when he says there's a bunch of things that I don't know what the body's going to convert into glucose. Unless
I'm not he's way smarter than me, and all the things he rattled off. I've got a video of it. I'd have to go back.
I like Bart K. I do cherish Bart K, and but that something sounds odd there, because his whole point of, when he says, when he asks a question, or when he'll ask the question, and he'll tell you the answer he's looking for. So what is the amount of carbohydrates required?
Right, yeah.
He'll say 0,
Yeah.
And if when you ask him why, or if he volunteers why, the answer why is because of gluconeogenesis. Your body will produce whatever glucose it needs, and it does that through protein conversion. So knowing that he says that kind of contradicts this idea that protein is the last thing the liver is going to use. And I don't think that's true in the absence of carbs. That's why, it is the last thing. If you're a carb eater, then yes, protein is the last thing it's going to turn to, because you got all these carbs. But when you take away the carbs, now the liver has to go to the last thing it would want to go to, and there's protein, and convert to glucose. So I think I would target the protein. So that's what I would say. So Brisket Boomer's comment here on the screen is relative to you and what you've been saying. She says, Paul, I've been a type 1 diabetic for 55 years, carnivore for 7 years. I'm able to take only 10 units of insulin. I walk 10 miles every day, work out every morning on beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. If I do lion diet, then even less insulin is required. So there you have it, And so there's a type 1 who is not going to ever get away from having to take insulin ever. And you're at that borderline, I can't remember what you called it, but it's like type 2 bordering on type 1 because how low your production is. You had a name for it, Paul. I can't remember what you called it.
Like 1.5 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
All right.
No, he's frozen, I think.
Yeah, you're frozen at the moment.
Can't hear me?
I heard that. Say that again. What do you call yourself?
LADA.
LADA. That's it. Okay.
LADA.
Okay. Yeah. So that puts you close. You have some characteristics that are more like
adult.
Type 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But it's
okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to the chat here, and I've starred a few of them here. Let's see what I missed. Okay, I can skip those, but here's some ones that I thought were good. We mentioned Jamette, who I think signed off because she got a phone call. Busy week going to Sisters for Christmas. They are eating stuff I don't like, but I buy my own and they don't mind. So very good. It's always nice when you have family that's cooperative also and supportive. So, and they're not trying to, you know, and if you've been doing this for a while, they're probably like that. I've noticed the longer I've been on my diet, the more supportive the people around me are. Whereas at the very beginning, everybody thought I was crazy and they were trying to put junk food in front of my face and tease me and try and get me to trip me up. Completely evil. But that's the way they behave for some reason. I don't get that. They don't do that anymore now. So Alexis Jones says, I'm bringing burgers and carnivore tacos for Christmas at families. Jamette also says, I never crave sweets. And yeah, neither do I. So I can even eat an occasional fruit now, and that will not put me on a sweet tooth craving bender, whatever, you know, but it used to. Steadfast says, I ate a handful of Chex Mix when I was making it for my family and woke up in the morning with a horrible headache. I made 3 types of cookies and had zero desire to have any. So good for the zero desire on the cookies. Tisk, tisk, tisk on the Chex Mix. Yeah, tisk on the Chex Mix. Oh no, we don't even know if the headache's related to that. It could be. It depends how clean you've been and for how long. A handful of Chex Mix wouldn't give me a headache, but I'm also not prone to headaches. Yeah, I've got family members that are really prone to headaches. I'm not. I never get them. So, cheesecake is a very easy thing to make. Carnivore.
Yeah, my daughter's developed a recipe just in my honor that she's working on, so she can sell it to people who are keto or carnivore.
Mm-hmm. It'll be called the Jeff cheesecake.
I doubt it, but I'm sure glad she did it because I'm pretty sure she probably made me one for Christmas.
All right, very good. Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind a carnivore cheesecake. I'll have to figure one of those out. Feral Grandma says, I have a charcuterie package arriving soon, and the husband can't stop snacks and sweets, so I need to get him some sugar-free and Atkins stuff. So, is he okay with the sugar-free and Atkins stuff? I mean, it's kind of like a small step in the right direction. You know, it's not the best, but so I remember when I was doing Atkins, though, I was like, you know, I would look for that sugar-free Stovers chocolates, you know, sugar-free candy here, and like, oh, this is good. It's got maltol. That doesn't count. Come to find out, one, yes, it does count, and 2, if you have too much of that, you're gonna clear the room.
Everybody. I'm sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
The glucose meter doesn't lie, and those things are just the Russell Stover sugar-free candy. You might as well eat the real thing and enjoy it because you're going to get the same blood sugar rise as the regular chocolate.
That's interesting to know. So I remember my great grandfather was diabetic, and he had all these like sugar-free candies.
Oh yeah,
and supposedly those were okay, you know. But
when you go to Europe,
that's why.
Everywhere not entirely, but in many places in Europe, when you see the word sugar in America, they just use a different word. They use dextrose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's their word for sugar. And
there's 75 different names for sugar.
Yeah. And look at your little packets, your little blue and yellow packets of artificial sweetener. There's dextrose in almost all of them. The stuff is so potent, so powerful, they got to cut it with something.
Yeah, I think mine's cut with maltodextrin, which is, I think, just another name for sugar.
Yep.
It's a starch. Yeah, yeah.
And you got to be careful with some of that stevia packets as well.
Yeah, I use stevia, Truvia, you know, which has stevia mixed with, and I think maltodextrin as a carrier.
You can buy the real stevia, but it's pricey.
Yeah.
And you got to use so little of it, it's hard to use. That's
All right.
the trouble with it.
All right. All right. Let's see here. Rock and Coach Amy said we shouldn't blindly trust one person. We all need to do our own N equals 1. It's fine to try what someone suggests, but if it doesn't work, then try something different. So yeah, that's good advice. N equals 1, you know,
I agree.
absolutely. So it's just because
What
something
works for me may not work for thee.
This
Right.
Amy person's really smart.
Yeah. So, Amy, by the way, can I share your macro screenshot?
Yes. I
Okay.
I was plugging it in. I had the app on my iPad, so I did
Okay.
it while we were talking. It wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be,
Oh,
honestly.
good.
All right, let me load that up
What
too.
was
So
it?
So you're going to see in just one moment here.
Rick, I emailed you too on this, so you got the macros now.
All right. The
Okay.
infamous burger.
Oh, let me try this. Nope, that ain't working either. Okay, well, hold on. I got one. I guess I can't do 2 at a time. So I got this. This was my anniversary meal. So we went to Delmonico Steakhouse, and we got this. It's you got the filet mignon, 6 ounce. You got the lobster tail. There was 2 giant shrimp and 2 scallops, and it came with some asparagus and some mashed potatoes. Yes, I ate the whole thing because expensive.
That was a nice appetizer.
Yep. Yeah. No, it was a really expensive.
Really expensive appetizer.
Yeah. I also had a bowl of Italian soup as an appetizer. I had an old fashioned, so I had that's got some Kentucky bourbon, a couple cherries and an orange in it, and I think there's some little something in there that sweetens it up. And then the wife had the same meal and a glass of wine, and she had lobster bisque. So that's what I had for my anniversary meal. So and I went there and they're full knowing that for the money I dropped in this place, which was ridiculous, I was going to lick that plate clean, and I did. So. Right. So that's what I had on Saturday. So, and then just Sunday, I'm back in the game. Back to normal now. Now, let's see if I can stop this screen and start another screen. Share screen, and we are looking at a window. Here we go. Heart attack burger. Okay, so here's the heart attack burger. It came in at 4,820 calories. 426 grams of protein, 10 carbs, and 339 grams of fat. So I said 4,000. Someone said 5 or 6. We were all right in the ballpark. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, I just
way off, but I was
when
thinking
someone
of 2
said it
of
might have been 15,000. I was like, whoa, hold on.
I said that. I was like, man, that's a lot. Because I've actually eaten 5,000 calories in a day when I first started carnivore.
Well, then how come I couldn't handle this?
I don't know. I couldn't look at it. It was late. It was like 9 o'clock when I finished it, and I was just like, and I did have a migraine last night. Rick, I apologize for cutting you short, but I have not had a migraine in 3 years. And at the end there, I think I clicked the button and I booted you up while you were still in a sentence. But I
actually said double.
I think that's why I couldn't eat it.
Curcumin for 1 for each meal. So, I was doubling.
Yeah.
Steadfast says, I don't get headaches anymore. I've got family right under this roof that gets chronic headaches, and I've been trying, what first thing you need to do is test out what you're eating. Start eliminating things and go, figure out if it's a dietary cause first, dietary or environmental. Odds are it's dietary.
I used to get terrible headaches when I was a kid, and then I didn't get any. And then when I went plant-based, guess what? The migraine headaches returned. But as soon as I went back to the carnivore diet, the only time I get a headache is when I'm catching the flu. That's it.
Yeah, and Steadfast thinks it might have been gluten. That could be. My one headache sufferer is big on pastas and breads and stuff like that. So, Carnivore coming up on 2 years. Very good, very good. Congratulations on 2 years. So,
Woo.
and Thomas, did you say it'd be? Is this 1 year coming up in January or
It's
2?
gonna be 1 year. Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah, I
Okay.
start January 1st, 2025.
Okay. All right. Very
2820.
nice.
Almost 5,000 calories from Rick's Heart Attack Burger.
Yeah.
We'll just call it the 5,000. Add another slice of cheese, another slice of bacon. Let's just round it off to
Yeah,
5,000.
right.
Maybe.
The heart attack 5,000.
Just like
Well, I
a
wanna-
Daytona 500. Yeah.
I'm telling
Sounds
you,
like a
do
ride
one
at the
for each.
amusement
Do one
park.
for each. I do 2 mats. Do one for each meal. Double that up, and definitely gets close to 10,000. You know?
I want to see somebody else take on the Heart Attack Burger Challenge. Amy did it. Who's next?
I
Wow.
can't eat that much.
I
You
bet
know,
I made half of that tonight.
And that was probably
Yeah.
a lot for you, right?
Yeah.
Kelly?
Oh yeah, put it this way: the dog. I had like a few bites left. The dog got the rest of it. I couldn't finish it.
I like the
But-
cooking techniques. I'm going to do some of that.
I can do
Right.
2 pounds, but I can't do. But that's about my limit is 2 pounds.
I might try it, but I probably would have to get some protective gear first before I actually.
no. I think it's pretty safe.
Well, you thought the chicken was safe, so I don't know.
Well, maybe we can start a GoFundMe for a full face shield for Rick, huh?
For me, never mind Rick.
I'm sorry. I misspoke. I'm sorry,
That's okay.
Thomas. I'm sorry. I meant Thomas.
But at least Carnivore heals you pretty quickly, you know. So,
Thomas healed quick and he looks good.
thank you.
So I just realized that
It's a whole new nose.
when someone makes a comment and it gets sucked into StreamYard here, and then they turn around and redact it on YouTube, it doesn't redact it in StreamYard. So I threw a comment up on the screen that somebody erased over here on YouTube, and I didn't catch it because on StreamYard it just doesn't go away. So if you didn't want that up on the screen, sorry about that. But I mean, it wasn't anything bad anyway. So. All right, well, that's interesting. So, all right. Very good.
Well, I'm going to excuse myself and go to bed. I got a 2.5 hour drive tomorrow morning, and got to cook prime rib for the family. And you all have a wonderful holiday. And
Happy holiday, Paul. Merry Christmas.
thank you very much.
Merry
And
Christmas.
Merry
Yeah.
Christmas.
And I've not spent time with I've seen my grandkids, but I've not spent time with them yet. And they're coming up here. They're coming up here at the end of January. So the best to everybody. Thank you very much. Now,
Enjoy.
bye bye.
Right.
every
All right,
minute.
Paul. Have a
night.
good night. Enjoy those grandkids.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm gonna hop off too because I gotta get some more stuff done. I gotta go in the other room and wrap some presents, but I'll be in the comments still.
All
Okay.
right.
So
Yeah,
thank you
that's
all.
fine.
It's been fun.
I could wrap this up by 10:30 and call it. That's me too. So
Wouldn't hurt my feelings none.
what's that?
It wouldn't hurt my feelings none.
Yeah. Feral grandmother says, as long as your liver functions, you do make all the glucose you need. That's true.
Yep.
That's right. Which isn't a lot. Apparently, there's just 4 teaspoons in your blood system. At any given
It
time?
takes very little.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let me remove that screen. No, I wanted to remove it. Bye-bye. All right. Very good. So this is so as we're winding down now, any questions or any comments you wanted to get in, now's the time to say it. If you wanted to jump on screen, if you were thinking about it before we actually sign off, you can do that now because we're not going to be here much longer. All right. Very good. All right. So who's traveling and who's staying put? So I'm staying put. So actually, my Thursday is actually nothing special really. We're having it'll be me, my wife, my son, his girlfriend, and her dad, just like it was on Thanksgiving. They're coming over and we're having a Stranger Things marathon. So we're big Stranger Things fans. So we watched Stranger Things. They released the first 4 episodes on Thanksgiving. They're releasing the next 3 episodes on Thursday, and then this finale for the whole series will be on either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I can't remember which one. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna binge watch TV all day.
I'm gonna catch a tan on Christmas Day here because we're supposed to be like breaking records. Supposed to be.
Oh yeah, well, we're gonna be in the 50s here in Ohio. So
and then they'll turn around and get cold again next week. They said,
Of course.
Yeah. Catching a tan. That's funny. So I said you were a broken carnivore today, and you talked about your hip. Are you focusing on your broken carnivore channel versus your homesteader channel? Or are you still focusing on both? Or
I'm focusing on both, but probably here just a little while. I'm probably just going to be focusing on the broken carnivore channel because since I don't have no animals or anything I have out here, and there's not much more to do in the wintertime. And as I'm getting ready to prepare for this hip surgery or hip replacement, whatever is going to happen, I'm going to focus more on my carnivore channel. And then once I get recovered and get released back to full, normal life, then I'm just going to I'm going to focus back onto both channels again.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you find that easy to manage? To having 2 channels?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. It's like, I get focused on one and I forget the other. And I'm like, I need to make a video for this. So like on the Homestead channel, I did it. I'm going to go back and kind of review an old video I did back in my early days on Carnivore. When I started this Broken Carnivore channel, I built a box for my septic tank to keep the dirt away from my inlet. So I'm going to it'd be kind of like a homestead, for the Homestead channel, like reviewing. And there's Milton.
You're looking good, Lewis.
Whoops, I just clicked the wrong button. Hold on. All right, how do I switch back to?
Don't ask me.
There it is. Okay. All right, I found it out. So this goes hidden under my logo in the corner, the shrink down arrow. All right, yeah, I was just curious because I have entertained the idea of starting another channel with another purpose, and then I think I've with my son.
I don't think
work for me and my guy quitting. My business has been so busy that I can't even have. I have a hard enough time just keeping up with the one channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Lewis joined us on the screen.
Hello. I'm sorry. How's it going?
Okay. Good. How's your week been?
Been okay. I mean, it's Monday, the
Yeah.
start of the week, but it's good. We had our holiday lunch at work today, which was nice. We got our Secret Santa, all that those things you do in an office.
Right. Okay.
It's good. But yeah, everything so far so good.
You
And
look like a Hollywood producer.
Say again.
I said you look like a Hollywood producer.
Thank you. And to go with the theme today, I will not be cheating.
All right.
So I'm gonna fast tomorrow, and then Christmas Eve I'm going to eat at home, and then probably just not eat at dinner because it's a lot of we do a lot of fish on Christmas Eve and a lot of breading, and I'm not really a big fan of fish. So
Really?
yeah, so I'll eat sardines, stuff like that, but a lot of breading and stuff like that, other things that they add to it. So I'll probably just eat at home and then abstain New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day. I think my aunt makes like a turkey and roast beef or something. There's plenty of meat to go around, so that'll be fine. Yeah.
All right. Are those blue blocker glasses?
They are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have you been using those long? Do you find them beneficial?
I don't use them as consistently as I should, but I do. If I am going to sit in front of a large screen this late at night, I try to put them on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
You
Very
okay over
good.
there, Rick? You tired?
Oh no, it's just that time of night. Somewhere between 10:30 and 11:30 I go to sleep. I don't have a problem falling asleep, so I don't use the red glasses.
I fall asleep immediately as well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Although I do have neon lights, so I guess technically that's red light.
Well, you have a lot of incandescent bulbs, right?
All my bulbs are incandescent. In fact, I keep spares right here.
There you go.
And I think he just accidentally
Pull
booted
the
himself
plug.
off.
Someone unplugged something.
Yeah. Feral Grandma says she thinks grains contributed to her eczema. Yeah, that's a very good chance of that. If you follow Paul Saladino, that's probably that's exactly what he thinks his came down to. So, because he tried to, because he went carnivore and then he went animal based, and then he experiments. So he tried to bring back I think he tried to bring back rice at one point, and then his eczema came right back, so he had to get rid of the rice again. So so grain, again, rice is a grain. So I think you're definitely probably onto something right there. So grains is on my almost eat never ever again list. So grains and sugar, and after my seed oil experiment that we talked about last week, seed oils might jump on the permanent ban too. So, all right. Hey, you unplugged yourself, Rick.
Hey,
Let's just say I had my assistant pull on the wrong cord.
Rick, I think it's time we stop blaming Milton.
Tell you what Milton
Obviously,
is
you
doing.
were swinging something and you knocked something over.
No, it wasn't that. I scared Milton.
Well, Milton is I saw when you were holding him to the camera. He's looking very handsome today, that Milton.
Yes.
Oh, he always looks good. He's
Yeah.
a good-looking one here.
Well, he's dressed, in his,
This little,
his like
Well,
formal wear.
What happened
his
was
little black on black tuxedo.
That's
I have this little smart plug, that was on the table, and when I reached over for it, it fell on the floor. It scared Milton, and he ran and he pulled the USB cord out, and then the thing cut me off.
That Milton, let me tell you.
Well, I mean,
that's scaredy cat.
Well, he's good. He avoids a lot of problems. He's knocked stuff over. I thought he was done for, and then he's sitting next to me. Like, how'd you get there so fast?
What's going on with his neuter?
Nothing.
Well, how much does it cost?
I don't know. I never take my pets to the vet.
I think we should try to maybe get him neutered. We can probably pull it off.
Sounds like an intervention.
It does, right? I'm all about getting cats neutered, spayed and neutered.
Well, he doesn't go outside, so far he hasn't had any kitten,
It's all set, Tony.
But yeah, I was just showing you the light bulbs I use. These are some of my spares.
Yes. Amy says, "Let's fund Milton surgery." Those look good. I like them. Those actually have an interesting shape too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. These are traffic light bulbs. These are the ones that I've always used. I've never had to replace one. None of these bulbs have burned out in over 25 years.
Really?
And they were used when I got them.
And how many hours a day would you say that they're on? Your incandescent bulb.
They're generally not on during the day. I turn them on at night. I would say around at this time of the year, 5:30 they go on, and they're on till like 11 when I go to sleep. And the one in the bathroom, I turn it on and off all the time. Every time, of course, I only go to the bathroom once, so it's probably on for 10 minutes out of the whole day. Oh, wait a minute. When I take a shower, it may be on for another 15 minutes. So
I thought incandescent bulbs was supposed to burn out.
These don't.
Okay.
These traffic signal bulbs, they have an extra thick tungsten filament. They have a support. I mean, you can't really see them, but
I mean, I see very, very little. Yeah, I see it though in there.
these are rated for 130 watts, but they only consume about 1 amp, so they're really only 100 watts, but they give you that additional rating for higher voltages, and they have a resistance like, 1 ohm, 1.5 or whatever it is, but these outlast. The ones that you used to buy in the store, they got the little dinky filament that looks like a human hair. This is like 3 times the thickness. This is the modern version of the Edison bulbs. And they have one, I think, that's 100 years old. That's in a fire station somewhere in California. It's been on continuously.
Well, it's
Wow.
interesting because the street lights around here will go out from time to time.
Yes,
Oh.
and they're LED.
Well, they tried LED traffic lights down here, and they took them all out. They don't work. They don't last. They start burning out. Some of the LEDs don't work. With this, it just burns out totally, and it goes off. But the LEDs, sometimes you have like one part that's flickering and the other part that's on, so they don't use them anymore. They still use them for the walk signals, but all the traffic lights are these bulbs, and they still make them. You can still buy them. They're called Durotest.
A few years ago, over here in New York, they replaced all of the streetlights with blue-white LED light. And back then, when they first did it, I was like, "Oh, this is great," because it is brighter, and I think you can see colors better. But knowing what I know now about blue light and our circadian rhythm and all that stuff, oh, it's terrible. It's terrible to have all this blue
The
light.
old ones were sodium vapor, which is yellow. But the LEDs it's like metal halide. Metal halide is the most realistic. They were using those in gas stations 25 years ago, and they're still in some of them. But they went to the LED. LED is supposed to save energy, and it does, but they don't last. And sometimes when they go bad, they switch to a blue light. So instead of being a white street light, you'll see them turn blue. It happens here all the time. And that's another problem they've had with the LEDs.
Here in Missouri, our MoDOT, Department of Transportation, started changing all the street lights or intersection lights to purple. And it's like, good grief, they're worse than the bright white lights.
Mm-hmm. When they go bad, they get purple or blue. It's crazy.
Steadfast said, Carnivore completely rid my body of eczema. I'm unsure of the source. I was thinking vegetables because I got rid of bread in 2015. I did eat rice and quinoa for a while, so maybe. So, yeah. I mean, it could be the vegetables too. So I just thought that the grains was a more of a likelihood. So,
Yeah, like a good indicator.
yeah. Only because, like, your standard American diet, like, I mean, majority of what you put in your mouth is just processed grain of some kind. So, statistically, they say that most people don't eat the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables that, like, the medical community or the government recommends that you eat, because it's just eating the processed grains. So, all right. Someone said, Amy said, let's fund Milton's surgery. So we're gonna start a GoFundMe for the cats.
Listen, I have no problem figuring it out. Getting with the rescue organization and not trying to get him not ear tipped. I know that's important for you, Rick. But,
I don't want his ear chipped. He's got to remain beautiful, Milton. He's gorgeous.
Yes. We'll work on that. But you have to do the legwork, Rick. You have to bring him places, and which I know you will. I know you'll do that. Yeah.
Well, once I fix my truck, it won't be too bad.
Yeah. Steadfast says Humane Society of Greater Miami is 125. We've got a place here called Pet Guards, which is like a nonprofit, and I mean, 10 years ago it was like $30. I don't know what it is now, but it was significantly less than a vet.
Mm-hmm.
And and you could go down there and almost you could just walk in and get it done.
By the way, I got an LED bulb. I've actually tried these things before. They are total garbage. They don't last.
So I've got LED bulbs all over the place. They last a long time. They last more than like my old bulbs did.
This bulb lasted about 3 years and then it crapped out. This one has been in service since I think the mid-90s when I first put them in. When I worked with traffic signals, I think in 92, as I first got these, it still works. The only thing that happens is they get corroded. Look, the base on this one is brass. The other one's aluminum. This old light bulb is 100% recyclable. This is not recyclable. That's the difference. Sure, you waste more energy with this one, but you can recycle the glass, the tungsten, the steel, the brass. Everything in this bulb is recyclable. This is not, because plastics are only partially recyclable. The only thing recyclable is the aluminum base, and that's pretty much it. LEDs also contain some heavy metals, which are toxic.
Don't all our LEDs come from China?
Pretty much, yep.
Yeah.
These are U.S. made, at least they used to be. And you know what? I've made my own light bulbs, because I used to make neon lights, and I learned how to blow glass. I've been able to make, I'm going to have to dig them up. I made my own light bulbs before, and they still work. So this is something that, the only bad thing about this, there is lead in the glass, but it doesn't come out. So, I still like old technology. It's the only refrigerator bulb that doesn't go bad.
Fost Fuels says, I'm 145 days into carnivore and still getting some acne. I dropped dairy only about a month ago, hoping it will improve. Maybe. Let us know.
I've never had acne.
And,
Of course not.
So I did during my teen years. So
No, I never had any, even when I was a teenager.
yeah. So
Well, I'm going to let you guys go.
All right.
To follow up with your question, Bob, we're traveling for Christmas.
mhm.
We do this thing now. We have young grandkids. So we alternate the houses where Santa comes to.
Mhm.
And so
Nice.
we're at my daughter's in Maine, Christmas Eve to Christmas morning. And then Christmas afternoon, we go to my other daughter's and come back in New Hampshire, do a loop, and we're home in our own beds on Christmas night. And
Wow,
we have a
nice.
snowstorm coming in tomorrow afternoon. So it's
Yep,
going to be a
I
white
got the
Christmas
alert.
in New Hampshire and Maine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna be 50 here in Ohio. So
81 is predicted for us on Christmas Day.
85
Yeah, I
here.
don't know what the temperature is, but
72 to 74 in Missouri.
I have to go out tomorrow about an hour from home, and I'll be coming home just as the storm is starting. But I have
All
new
right,
snow
well-
tires. I'm good.
I was to say, be safe. So
Yep.
so
Yep.
I'm happy to have. I'd even take the 81.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
going to be nice.
Yeah. All right. Very
Well-
good, Aaron. Well, thanks for joining, and you have a
You
good time
guys.
with your family. Enjoy those
Supposed to be
grandkids.
Thank you.
29
Enjoy.
degrees here.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
Aaron.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
It actually says 29 degrees here in Wall.
It'll be in the 80s here like it's been all year.
It says it's 36. My phone says it's 36. So yeah.
It says that
My
32,
my
yeah.
atomic clock says the outdoor temperature here is 50.
Oh, right now, yeah, it's 32 for me too.
Uh-huh.
Right now.
All right. Lexus suggests regular butter gives me acne, so I have to eat grass fed. Have you tried that? So it's an interesting suggestion there.
Good idea.
Yeah. And
Oh, would you want to feed the grass though? That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
yeah. I just still use whatever butter I get, Sam's Club butter. I've gotten Kerrygold once. I've gotten, when I'm down at Dumas, I get some sort of Amish butter.
Did you
I'm
get
not-
the Costco, the green butter yet? The green package yet that we spoke about last time?
No, I did go tour Costco Saturday, actually, before we went to our anniversary dinner. We went and toured a Costco because we're Sam's Club members.
Oh, you're not a member of Costco yet.
Yeah, no. And so I decided to give Costco a tour, and we're considering it. It's a little out of our way though. So
Yeah.
if we go over here to locally, we got Sam's Club just a few minutes away, and then down the street there's BJ's Wholesale Club, which is more expensive.
Yeah.
But they have more variety. So
We have BJ's here too. I'm a member of
Yeah.
that.
I got
We can get
BJ's around the corner.
yeah, and you get a membership for like $15.
Yeah.
And I'm
You get some
thinking,
good deals.
yeah, there's some good deals there. It's better than the Meijer down the street. So I'm thinking I could do my majority of Sam's, BJ's for the things that Sam's doesn't carry, and I can cut out Meyer, almost cut out Meyer altogether, and that'd be my 2 shopping places. Because usually we go to Sam's, then we go to Meyer, and that's our groceries for the week. I just don't see. I don't see the need to spend $100 and some bucks for the Costco membership fee.
Yeah.
Because if I did it, well, it's like $65 for the entry level.
Yeah.
$130 for the executive. But then even then, I wouldn't want it unless I got their credit card and started using their credit card to earn points and stuff. And I do all that with Sam's. So the only thing
That's
I
what
didn't
I do at my Costco. I got their card. I use their card for everything. I get, and it pays me back. By the end of the year, it pays for my membership, and
Me
I have
too.
the executive membership.
Me
It pays
too.
for my membership, and gives me enough money I can go buy something with it.
Yeah,
You know,
that's the way.
I like to
And I
cover
don't
them
shop at
together.
Costco all that much. My gosh, since I've moved, Costco's now an hour and a half away from me.
Wow.
Yeah. So with the Costco, they said that you accumulate that, and they cut you a check around February.
2% rewards. I got my check last month, November.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
now
your
with Sam's,
anniversary is when you get it.
Yeah.
with Sam's Club, they used to do that, but now they credit you your rewards monthly, and it gets credited to you as Sam's cash. So
I don't know if I like that.
I do because like I'm going to spend that money at Sam's. I'm going to spend money at Sam's anyway, so I don't really.
I like
really
being
don't
able to
care how
cover
I get it back.
the membership fee. I like that was really nice. Then I feel like they're paying me to be a member, which is good.
Yeah.
And listen, BJ's, if you're not a member of BJ's yet, you can get those deals, $15 for a year. That's a great deal just to be able to get in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what at the inside the door they were like $60 or $120, and they were saying we have a deal right now. You can get the executive for this for the regular price of $60. And we downloaded the app and opened up the app, and the app's like, yeah, join for $15 today. So in store it's $60, but in the app it's $15. So for the basic membership.
But if you compare Costco and BJ's, I like Costco better. It's higher quality stuff. Costco.
I prefer Canalco.
And BJ's prices are more expensive than both Costco and Sam's Club.
Yeah, everything is a little more money at BJ's. Like the heavy cream at BJ's is $4.99, and for a quart, and then Costco it's either $4.49 or $4.79. It's a little bit, bit cheaper. They do beat them out on a lot of things.
The Sam's and Costco was comparable because I was going through Costco, and then I just look up everything in my Sam's app to see what the difference was, and things were off by pennies.
Yeah.
A few things like my breakfast I get these pre-cooked breakfast sausages. They're like $9.99 at Sam's. I'm sorry, they're $7.99 at Sam's. They were $9.99 at Costco, and they were $10.99 at BJ's. So Sam's was coming out better there. There was something that had a little bit of a better price at Costco. I can't remember what it was, but again, like I said, it would make sense if I was going to just ditch Sam's and convert all my shopping over to Costco. Then it would make sense. But right now, I don't think it makes sense. So,
we don't have any Sam's Club near me, so that's an easy decision. But Costco is a little bit more of a trip for me. Like it's like 35, 40 minutes away. But BJ's, I could be there in 15 minutes. So that's why we have that membership, because that's if I have to run someplace after work, it's BJ's. But the weekend is like Costco run, where we, it's a little bit more involved. Yeah. What'd you say?
For me, I'm closer to Sam's, but I don't have a membership at either or. But like I always wanted to go to Costco, but for me, it's like a 2-hour either to Kansas City or 2 hours to St. Louis. But
wow.
I thought about getting a Sam's Club because I work in Columbia, Missouri, and they have one there. So I thought about getting one and going in and getting stuff there because it'd be a better deal than trying to deal with Walmart or locally owned grocery store or Aldi. That's all I have is the options where I live.
And for Costco, I'm sure it's similar for the other stores, but if you're not a member, but you have a gift card for the store, like let's say a member bought you a Costco gift card, you can use that gift card and shop in Costco without a membership. For that trip. So if you want to try it out, you have someone give you a gift card and you can use that. Which is pretty cool.
But that 2-hour drive,
Yeah, it's rough.
That bites. So you're getting basically the same thing by joining Sam's if it's much closer. So
Yeah, it's actually better. Yeah.
yeah, my Sam's, I can get to my Sam's in like 12 minutes. I get to my Costco in like 25 minutes. So I mean, 25-minute drive ain't that bad, but it's just the fact that Sam's is like real, much closer. And then everything's around. So like our Costco's in the middle of nowhere. Like it's in Hudson, Ohio, or Broadview Heights, or what is it up there? Boston Heights. And literally it's just like Costco and then grass. And middle of nowhere. But then the Sam's Club is over here where the mall used to be. It's not a mall anymore, but there's a strip, and you've got your Home Depot, you've got your Floor and Decor, you've got your Best Buy, you've got all these, so you can go to that area and get all your shopping done. Whereas Costco is just way out here. You'd think it was a farm. It's out in the middle of nowhere. All right. Let's see here. What do you think, chat? Costco, BJ's, or Sam's? So yes, we've got.
Did everyone leave?
We've got 30 eyeballs here. We got 1 over on Twitter, 2 on Facebook, and 27, according to StreamYard's reporting, over here in the chat. What do you like? Costco, BJ's, or Sam's? Do any of you have memberships at any of those places? So, or we
is anyone awake?
Yeah.
I know it's
I don't
late.
have any memberships.
It is late. It is late.
It is late, yeah. So it's late, and I'm ready to call it. So I'm ready to say goodnight.
Same.
Have a great night, everyone. Merry Christmas.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Merry
say
Christmas.
All right.
See you
Very
tomorrow on
good.
the Keto Cookout.
Keto
Yep,
cookout
keto
tomorrow.
And then I'm actually doing a live on Wednesday, Christmas live. So
Okay.
Nice.
Cool. So Tom's got a live on Wednesday on Target Prime Rib channel. Rick, are you're restreaming that, right? So they can watch it on your channel?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So you can watch the Keto Cookout on Rick's channel. And that's with Homesick Buckeye and anyone else?
Depending on who joins in,
Mhm.
it's open for everybody.
Oh, cool. Maybe I'll join in.
Oh,
Yeah.
kind of like this?
Now, like
Really?
this,
Oh, does he
Yep.
post a link and invite whoever?
we both post the link,
yeah, just like you do.
just
Okay.
like I do.
All right. Okay. Oh, that's good to know. I'll have to keep that in mind. I met him before, and he said that I could come on sometime, but
Oh, cool.
I thought I might need like a VIP pass or something.
An appointment.
An appointment.
I
yeah.
think anybody can go in there.
Yep.
They let me
We've all
in,
been
so,
on there. Yep.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, there's somebody. Monica. There we
Yeah.
go.
All
All
right.
right, everyone. Have a great Christmas. Stay strong, everybody.
All right.
Merry
You
Christmas.
too. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
All right. So everybody, enjoy your week. If you guys want to stay on screen and talk backstage after I shut this off, you're more than welcome to stay. But yeah, everybody else, have a great week. Enjoy your time with your family. We will see you back here on Monday. Thanks
Mhm.
for watching, and everybody have a great night. Love you all.
Night.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, y'all.